All right, here we go. Better late than never. I gotta do this video because these tethers are some delusional creatures. That's something that I've noticed about these tethers. Like, if you ever wonder why we can't like really put our finger on what makes them tick, what makes them click, what makes them do what they do, and we come up with a lot of different reasons, which are very good, which makes sense. But we got to also remember these cats are delusional. These tethers, they want something that to us just doesn't seem feasible. They want to be accepted by white supremacists. They don't want to just be accepted by like regular white folks, just the ones that aren't so bad, the ones that aren't like seething with hatred and doing everything they can to dominate and oppress us. No, they want to be accepted by the most vile white supremacist type of white people. This is what the tethers really strive for. When you see people like Myron Gaines, and he has crashed out pretty much all of his platforms that he can make money on because of his vile racism against Black Americans. He crashed out and fumbled his bag just to be accepted, because some people would think that, okay, well, these guys are grifting. They're trying to get their money. They come from places that are poverty impoverished. So comparison to that, they're doing good here. They just want to get their money. They don't care how they have to get it, because back in their homeland, it was bombed out and dirted up, and they're starving, no running water, electricity is scarce, blah, 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 blah. So they'll do anything for the money, which is true. There is an element to that, but you cannot overlook the element of wanting to be accepted. And it's easy to understand that and to see that when you realize how many of these tethers have crashed out, been demonetized for disrespecting and being racist against Black Americans just to appease white people. And they're okay with that, because they'll go back to doing the exact same thing because they get pats on the back from white supremacists. So the first and foremost thing that they want, even over money, is acceptance. This is something that has been pretty straightforward, right? So we're gonna get into Myron Gaines, and he keeps getting his tether wake up call, his black tether wake up call, that he's not accepted by those who he wishes to appease. Like it's finally, I don't know if it's clicking, but now these cats are letting them know, like, hey, yeah, we appreciate when you call out these other groups on our behalf, but you ain't like us. You're not like us. At the end of the day, what we really want is you out the paint too. Because you have to understand, like, if you're a Candace Owens, if you're a Myron Gaines, if you're a Tommy Sotomayor, who also has been getting his wake up call as well, his Negro wake up call. Candace Owens got the same thing. But you have to understand that if you are, what is that, a Jesse Lee Peterson or whatever, if you're one of them cats, and the only reason you get pats on the back, the only reason you get acceptance, the only reason white people like you or tolerate you is because you're going against your own people, well, that lets you know that they hate your people. And no matter how you try to talk different, how many talking points of theirs you regurgitate, at the end of the day, they see you as who you are. So if they only will give you the manual missions, which Dr. Claude Anderson gave you, some type of rewards for hating on your own people, you have to understand that you are your people too. So at the end of the day, they don't see you as different. They see you as a tool that they can use strategically when they need to. But when they don't need you, or they don't even feel like they want to tolerate you, then it's up for you too. They're never going to see you as different. They see who you are. So now you just isolated yourself from your own people, and you only have a limited warranty and a limited use case with them. So just, saying, let's go ahead and do it like this, man. I'm going to just show you just so we can catch up to speed. For those who aren't familiar with who Myron Gaines is, I'm going to show you this quick video that I made a while back. Then we're going to get into a couple times where he got called out by the white people who he so worships. So check it out. Here we go.
In common with other Nilotic tribes in Sudan, the Mundari practice ritual scarification as a rite of passage into adulthood for young men.
Probably swinging around eating some bananas. Fucking stupid bitch. Preach is crying right now, swinging from a monkey branch.
Bro.
Eating a banana, playing some Donkey Kong on an N64 because he's a stupid prick. He's a window licking stupid nigga. Got these niggas running like it's an employment line. Ever compare that Myron dude to them fucking Jews, you motherfucker. What the fuck you niggas doing? Y'all sitting there in that tight ass film. I'm sitting.
Now, just to be clear, these are two people who have black ancestry within them. Myron Gaines is Sudanese. He's an ex-government agent, for what that's worth, and I think that's worth something. It's worth noting at least. Because if you have government agents and police officers who think like him, and you do, and they're not all white, then that just kind of lets you know what kind of situation is really going on. But he will go so far as to wear a KKK hood next to his Haitian/Filipino friend who does the same type of antics. This is what they're willing to do. This is what crashed out their monetization on YouTube, by the way. So they literally fumbled their bag. They fumbled their means of income to impress white people. And I'm going to show you the kind of thanks they get for doing that. Because if you're in any kind of situation where the only reason you're accepted is because of your disdain and hate for your own people, keep in mind, you may think you're different, but the white supremacists don't think you're different. You're actually worse. Because they can actually respect us for standing up for who we are. They don't have to like us, but they can respect it like you respect your opponent. They don't respect a traitor. It's like police. Police, they don't cross the blue line. If a quote unquote good police see a bad police violating the law, typically they're not going to turn them in. They don't respect snitches within their own ranks. So when they catch a snitch on the street that's willing to give up their partners, they'll use it, but they don't respect it. They'll respect the gangster that didn't snitch on his boys, who they're still going to send to jail, but they'll at least respect him. They might not like him, but they'll respect him. It's the same kind of thing. You do not get respect for trading on your own.
Next to a fucking monkey with dreads for a decade. You fucking niggas, millionaires, now investing back in the business, get called out by a fucking KKK member out of Tennessee. That nigga sound like he got a 39 IQ. Holy shit. I don't know how this guy preachers take it seriously. Like, this nigga is fucking stupid. You stupid nigga not showing the women that y'all are with not one time. Last time I checked, that Myra nigga got like 3 or 4 girlfriends.
There's another common trait with these FBA hating tethers. It seems like there's a moistness ratio that's higher than the common population. So it's not just that he's willing to crash out for acceptance with white dudes. He's in bed with white dudes, like literally. He's literally in bed with 2 white dudes under the covers. This is how much he just craves for the love of white supremacists. You can't beat that. See, no matter how many debates we have, and I know we've seen, Tariq Nasheed, he went through and just ethered them in an impromptu, Twitter space debate, if you want to call it that. And it was cool because he put some things on the record, which is necessary. He called him out for who he is. But at the end of the day, that's not going to change his mind. That's not going to change Myron Gaines' mind. Because Myron Gaines, like most tethers, the real prize for them isn't even defeating us in debates. It isn't even getting the money. It's just being accepted, being hugged up with Zaddy. That's what makes Myron Gaines happy. To get a pat on the head. Good job, boy. Look how happy and elated he is being snuggled up with another man. This is their mentality. This is the tether mentality. So when I get to the other subjects, just keep this in mind, that the thing that they desire the most is just to be accepted and loved by the dominant society, white supremacists. This is what they really strive for. This is what they will sacrifice their income for.
That fresh fruit nigga helping everybody get in goddamn shape. You are in there. Okay, yeah, we do like 10 sets of cross burnings.
All right, now let's get it going. Let's get it started. Here's what we're gonna do, man. So I was watching, I think, O'Shea Duke Jackson yesterday, and he played a clip from a Twitter space with Fresh and Fit Myron Gaines. He's in a white Twitter space. This is what he likes to do. He likes to pop up in these white Twitter spaces where they're speaking illy against us, where they're, outright rabid racists, and he likes to play the good nigger, so to speak. He likes to play the black guy who's like them. Oh, I don't like those black guys either, but I'm not necessarily black. See, I'm Sudanese. It's kind of different. I'm not like those American blacks who want so much, who complain so much because, they want what's theirs. I'm not like that. I don't like them either. Yeah, I'm a black guy, but I don't like other black people. And he thinks that that's going to get him some type of traction, right? Thomas Sotomayor, he uses that to leverage it into some Fox News segment that he can get on where he can, bash black people to their, to appease them, to their liking, thinking that gets him some type of value within the dominant society, the white supremacist system, because he knows what he's doing. Well, this is kind of what Myron Gaines does. He likes to go to these white Twitter spaces, these racist, rabid, white supremacist Twitter spaces, spit his spiel, and think that he's getting his numbers up, or he's getting, he's getting his image up as a respected, self-hating tether, tap dancing coon. But they're even starting to be like, we don't really fuck with you either. And I think one of his mistakes was he started going after white women. So you can go after the blacks, you can go after the Jews, you can go after the immigrants, you can go after all these guys you want. When you start going after them, and especially their women, even if they're incels, right? Which a lot of these white supremacists are, even if they're incels with no game and they don't really have any leverage with women, well, once the women start complaining, then they're going to be obligated to start coming against you. So I kind of seen this coming, even though this isn't the particular topic of why they're having a conflict. It just goes to show you that, there's no long lasting 401k pension plan for tethering and cooning. It just doesn't exist. So this is him pulling up to a white Twitter space, and here's what happened.
I can't believe how quick that was. I can't believe how fast that was.
Can I make this interesting? Can I make this interesting real quick? Myron, you were in my space the other day, and I said, you're doing a great job calling it these Jews, but, if we take this country back, we want it for white folks. And would you go home? And you said, I was born here, and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites, is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Do you still stand with that answer?
Bro, look, man, I know you're trying to get a clippable moment here for your...
No, it's the truth, man. This is the issue with whites working.
He just can't take it. See, Myron is hearing something that he knows fundamentally is sound. Like, he knows it. Like, if he has the ability to deductively reason and logically come to conclusions, then he has to know that these white supremacists who he capes for, their end game is for him to be out the paint too. Their end game isn't to keep him around because he doesn't like. No, part of the reason, as the good doctor, Queen Frances Cress Welsing said, part of this is called, it's about genetic domination. They can't have non-whites around because that is a detriment to their end game, which is to preserve their race, which is obviously failing due to the birth rates. So they're not thinking like, hey, we need to take this country over for white supremacists, but we're gonna keep a Myron Gaines and a Tommy Sotomayor around. Oh, we're still gonna keep a Candace Owens around. Maybe a Candace Owens because they could breed her out. Maybe. But that would take generations, so that would still be, a threat. No, they want this for them. They want their complete, total domination. They don't want to keep around those who they hate. They don't care if you are a crash dummy against your own people or against people of the same race, because he's not our people, right? He's a Sudanese tether, but he is partially of our race, the black Negroid race. So they're not interested in that. And that's what they're telling him. And he can't really take that. It probably burns his soul to hear this out loud, because once they all start coming uniformly to this conclusion, where does that leave him? He can't come back to us. He can't come back to us. He can't pretend he's down with us. He's already made that clear. So now he's starting to get his wake-up call.
With non-whites.
About a problem. We're over here talking about a problem, then you bring it right back into, this whole white thing. Like, dude, shut the
This whole white thing is what built this country, Myron.
Shut the up, dude.
Hey, you sand. You sand it.
Hey,
I'm in. I am in Florida. I'm in Florida, and I will knock you out on camera.
All right.
So you know how like Myron Gaines, fresh and fit, he likes to, he likes to get rambunctious when he's on the phone with a black person. He's willing to, hey, I'll George, Floyd you, I'll Trayvon Martin you, as he would say. Now this white boy is threatening to whoop his ass, and he don't want the smoke. He couldn't conceive the smoke. He's cowing down like a coward, hearing what he does not want to hear. Like, yeah, we don't fuck with you. Yeah, we like when you talk about the Jews. That's cool. You're a crash dummy for us. That's cool. I like that. You could say the things that we can't say without getting our platforms taken down. But other than that, we don't really need you around. That's basically what he's being told.
Right, I'm not gonna have violence in the space. It's not even my space. I think Ian's having issues. So hey, let's
white thing. Like, dude, shut the
this is the issue with white.
Bro, look, man, I know you're trying to get a clippable moment.
And would you go home and you saw these Jews? But if we take interesting, can I make this interesting real quick? Myron, you were in my space the other day, and I said, you're doing a great job calling these Jews, but if we take this country back, we want it for white folks. And would you go home? And you said, I was born here and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites, is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Do you still stand with that answer?
Bro, look, man, I know you're trying to get a clippable moment here for your.
No, it's the truth, man. This is the issue with whites working with non-whites.
About a problem. We're over here talking about a problem, then you bring it right back into, this whole white thing. Like, dude, shut the
this whole white thing.
He said you bring it back to this whole white thing. Now, this is the same guy who's been telling us that white supremacy is not really a problem. This is the same guy that's been telling us that racism isn't really an issue anymore in the United States. This is the same guy that's been telling us this. Now, all of a sudden, this white guy's saying the truth, saying what we've been trying to tell him, saying like basically what this white dude is laying out is the exact purpose why we fought for black immigrants to be able to come here, because we thought that they would be on code with us. They thought they were special. They were different. They thought that they could just kind of, suck up to the white supremacists and they would get some type of special treatment that would really sustain them. When we were telling them like, yo, look, check it out, man. You notice how Italians, Germans, English, Irish, Scottish, whatever, you notice how all of them are unified under the banner of white, and they have the same agenda. And even if they did used to have their own little interracial skirmishes amongst each other, they all got on code when it came to oppress and exploit us. See, that was the idea that we tried to have with the Pan-Africanism, with the we're all brothers under the banner of black. But they didn't want that. Because I'm Jamaican, man. I'm Guyanese. I'm Nigerian, nigga. I'm not like you, nigga. That's what they were on. So we said, hey, okay, fine. Let's just delineate. We'll do our own thing. We don't need y'all because y'all ain't adding nothing to the sauce anyway. You ain't adding, so you ain't adding no ingredients to this stew. We don't need your curry and your Zoloft rice on the side with Jollof rice. We don't need none of that. We don't fuck with it anyway. We'll just do us. Delineate. Now, of course, we understand that we would be stronger if we were united with our non-FBA brothers and sisters. We understand that. We just know that you guys aren't with it, so it's more detrimental just to continue to try to do something that has failed. So at this point, we're like, we're cool. We're cool in the gang. We're coolio. We're goody mob. We're done. Done ski. It's cool. Until y'all get on code, but you're not. And this is why we have to continue to beat this drum of delineation. Because the only type of kumbaya we could even consider would only be when y'all got on code and y'all checked your own and then y'all showed that you are truly allies. And that means that we run this shit. We run this shit. It's our playbook that you have to abide by. Because y'all obviously ain't knowing how to make it work because you didn't know how to make it work in your homeland. You came over here and you started caping for these cats. We can't accept you once you get your Negro wake-up call and now you have nowhere else to go. It's too late. It's too late now. It's too late for a Myron Gaines now. If he tried to pivot. It's too late for Candace Owens now, who did try to pivot for a minute. It's too late for Tommy Sotomayor, who's been kind of flirting with the idea of trying to, trying to be cool with Tariq, trying to kind of be cool. No, we're not doing none of that. Yes, we would be stronger if y'all were on code, but we'll be stronger if we just delineate from y'all because you're not on code.
Is what built this country, Myron.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Hey, you sand. You sand it.
Hey, listen,
I am in Florida. I'm in Florida, and I will knock you out on camera.
All right, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna have violence in the space. It's not even my space. I think Ian's having issues, so look, I'm not gonna allow that in Ian's space.
It's mutual combat.
I understand, but like, listen, people are listening.
There is no mutual combat. I don't even want to deal with you, bro. Like,
okay, so that boy was like it's mutual combat. Now they're only talking about verbal combat. It's mutual combat. In other words, hey, it's two grown men, just kind of, boxing it out, just kind of duking it out verbally. Fresh and Fit was like, nah, it's not mutual combat. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't even want to talk to you, man. Don't talk to me, man. This dude pulled up to their space thinking that he was going to get some honorary white status as long as he's shitting on us. That was his intention. Listen, he didn't go to this space to call out racism. That's not why Myron Gaines pulled up to this space. He didn't pull up this space to be like, hey, man, I don't like how you guys are, talking about black people and being racist. See, that's not what made him go to that space. He went to that space to try to be one of them. He went to that space to be like, hey, just how you guys don't like blacks and Jews and girls and whoop-de-whoop, either do I. He was trying to get that camaraderie going. And HT the Giga, whatever his name is, called him out and said, look, at the end of the day, we're cool with you calling out the Jews, but hey, our end game does not include you. Or are you going to, and this is what some of these immigrants don't get. And I'm going to get to that in a minute because the next immigrant I'm going to go in on, ironically, was throwing other black immigrants under the bus. Because this is how selfish these people are. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Well then, why are you in? Why do you Browns think you could stay in my country? Why?
Guy, look.
No, it's the truth. This you didn't build this country, Myron. You're not from here. You're not from this country. Why do you think you can stay?
Anyway,
no, it's a point, Myron. Answer.
Well, actually, here's a better point. I'm gonna listen. Here's actually a good. We've been talking about an alliance.
So listen, okay, now this part right here is very interesting. So this person who's the co-host who's trying to keep everything cool, understand what his strategy is. See, his strategy is more of a, hey, don't chase him away. He still may be useful. So he's trying to calm down, bring some order, He doesn't want to scare Myron away. He doesn't want to pull his card. I play poker, especially now that my company's on strike. This is poker is, I got a lot of time on my hands now. I play poker. And there's a saying in poker that we have. And we use this saying when someone at the table is a terrible, bad player, and we don't want other players berating them. The saying is, don't tap the fish tank. So if I'm playing poker and there's a terrible player at the table, and he may get lucky, right? He may play a terrible hand. He gets lucky. He wins. The person who he wins again is going to be upset. Like, you dumb donk, you ass. You played that shitty hand. You suck. And then somebody else will be like, hey, don't tap the fish tank. Don't berate this dude. Don't tell him how bad he is. If you tell him how bad he is, what do you want him to do? Get better? No. Overall, we're going to be able to take his money. He might get lucky here and there, but we're going to be able to take his money. In other words, he's useful. He's a useful idiot. We need him. He's a crash out. He's the money bag. He's the fish. Don't tap the fish tank. Don't startle him. This is what this dude, Sam PAR, is doing. He's basically saying, like, hey, don't tell this dude our end game is to, doesn't include him, because we still kind of need him. Let's be a little bit more diplomatic, if you will. Don't tell him you're going to beat him up and tell him we don't want the Browns in our country, because they're here right now, so we can use him. That's the vibe I'm getting off of dude.
All night tonight, what's the priority? Do we fight Jews? Do we put white people first? What do we do? Listen, free speech on Twitter is an alliance-worthy fight, right? Like, where we can all come together around the principle of free speech. It doesn't matter if you're black, brown, white, American, African, Muslim, Christian. It doesn't matter. All right. So this is actually a case where everybody should be united around free speech and fight for everybody's free speech.
See, they want to use him as an auxiliary force. Free speech to them equals being able to say whatever we want against blacks and Jews and anybody else we don't like. He's saying, hey, you know what? We can all unite behind that. Don't get it twisted. He has the same game as this HT dude. They have the same end game. They don't want no Browns around. Black, get back, brown. We don't want you around either. But he's just trying to change the strategy up. Like, hey, we could still use him. He crashes out and says the stuff that we can't say. He's sacrificed his monetization on every platform. So he's like, hey, saying we don't need to tap the fish tank. We're gonna have to let him know exactly what the end game is. It'll be a surprise. It'll be a better surprise that he doesn't know.
Okay. That's it. So turning this discussion about free speech on Twitter into turning it into a race war in America, it's just out of order. And
that's what this guy is doing, is just race baiting. Like, I'm talking about
no.
thing
Listen,
here,
Myron.
and he comes in here trying to get a clip or some boots me.
Myron, I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine,
boots
bud.
me out of his thing because obviously he's like,
because you're not white.
I'm not going to go ahead and debate you. I'm just going to boot you out of my phone.
Because you're not white.
But what does that have to do with anything, dude? I'm not even talking to you right now.
Because you're in my country right now. You're in my country right now. You're an invader.
Nothing to do with you.
You hate the Jews, but at the same, you are a Jewish bioweapon. You're a Jewish bioweapon, Myron.
White. Shut up.
Yes, I am. DNA test is out there, Myron.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're Mexican. Shut the fuck up, Jorge. Over here trying to sit there and say I'm white.
My DNA test is out there, Myron. Is yours? Is yours, Myron?
Right now. Shut up.
Myron, you are a non-white invader. Thank the.
All right, that's just unproductive.
So that's Myron getting his wake up call, but this ain't the first time, y'all. They're letting them know, like, hey, you're not white. At the end of the day, yeah, you call out the Jews, you might call out the blacks, you do all that stuff, but you're not white. We really don't fuck with you like that. And some of these white folks are done pretending. See, some of them they tolerate it just because. Like, I remember when Tommy Sotomayor, for those who remember, when he first lost his YouTube channel years ago. So years ago, he was on YouTube. He was pretty popular on YouTube, and he would just berate black women, mostly, then black men, the black community overall. And his channel was popping. And people would always say, and me included, like, a lot of these followers of Tommy Sotomayor, they're white people. Matter of fact, there's clips of him letting white people call him nigger. Yes. And a lot of people would say, like, hey, a lot of your followers and supporters are white people who they only follow you because of the stuff you say. They don't follow you because they like you. They follow you because they don't like black people. And it's amusing to them to see you berate your own. To them, it's amusing. Right? And he didn't believe that. I don't think he believed that. Then what happened is he said some semi-real shit. If I remember correctly, there was some kind of police killing that went on that he said some semi-real shit and critiqued the white police. And after that, his channel was done. His channel was done. I don't know if that's when they actually took the channel, but his numbers were down. He couldn't do shit. Then what happened is white people start popping up with videos, making videos saying, yeah, we only like Tommy Sotomayor. We all thought he was a nigger, but we might give him $5-10 as long as he was berating us. They were cool with it. As soon as he criticized a white person, they abandoned him. That's when his channel went down, for those who don't know. Tommy Sotomayor lost his channel when he criticized white people one too many times. And they came out and said, hey, yeah, it was us. We was really just pumping his channel up because we liked the fact that he would go against his own people. They straight up said that. They made videos of that. If you look enough, you can find them. That's the same strategy that they're playing with all these tethers, all these race trading tethers. That's how they feel about you. They're never going to let you into their private club. Yes, if you're a woman, they might fuck on you the same way, what was that? President Jackson used to rape black women. That don't mean that they love you. That don't mean because they'll have sex with you. That don't mean shit. See, now it's starting to come out. And this ain't the first time. Check this out. Let's go back to this one. This is Myron pulling up to another Twitter space. The same dude is in this Twitter space, but go ahead and check it out.
Tell that fucking nigga to go find it himself.
Well,
Yes, Sturm, listen, let's just stick with the Americans for now.
And then we got this fucking
The
British
naturalization
guy over
act.
here. Like, bro, you're with the standard guy. Yo, you're British, right?
Bro,
You don't know your fucking. You don't know your. You don't know your fucking.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Myron, you're in a hostile
And I'm not
area,
scared
bro.
to have conversation with you guys because I'm not a pussy.
Okay,
So
well,
you're gonna have to either
you're
kick
not
me
gonna
out
have
or whatever.
You're not gonna have a con.
He said, you're going to have to kick me out. That's how dedicated he is to being in this clearly white supremacist space. Like he's barging himself. He's barging into these spaces where these people don't want him. This is how pathetic and delusional these tethers are. Now, all cases aren't this extreme, but many of them are. He's barging in. You're going to have to kick me out, bro. I just love you guys so much. I ain't going nowhere, Zaddy. You have to kick me out. That's exactly what they did.
Conversation with him. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, this dude's a faggot, so whatever. Fucking British guy. Like, dude, I know you're mad about
Mate,
1776.
Oh, he's trying to use the 1776. He's trying to show that he's an American. Remember, this is the first generation Sudanese dude trying to refer to 1776 because he thinks, here's what he thinks. So this is how delusional these tethers are. He thinks because America had the Revolutionary War against England, that there's some contention against English people from England and people from America that's going to supersede how they feel about a non-white. That was a family issue, that Revolutionary War. That was a family, sibling rivalry type of shit. Family rivalry. Listen, they're not going to, they might have their own contentious whatever left over from that war, but that don't mean they're both white supremacists. So they're not going to go against each other for you. That would be like if me and my younger brother was in a fist fight and someone came to get any of our back. We're both going to turn on him. So he thinks he's going to use you're mad about 1776 when, quote unquote, we whooped your ass, bro. No, you were in fucking Sudan in the slum in 1776. You wasn't nowhere around here. You're not going to be able to use that to divide them. It's not going to work.
Black men are like most likely to fuck other black men. You fucking black cunt. Like most likely to
British guy. Like, dude, I know you're mad about
mate,
1776.
black men are like most likely to fuck other black men. You fucking black cunt.
He's not British. He's not British.
Kick this nigger.
Yeah, they kicked
That's
him
the
up.
fucking first mistake you made. He's not British.
I gotta give a fuck about you, nigger. You fucking stupid followers.
Oh, yeah. I told you he wasn't gonna have a conversation, bro. You just should have bought your time.
I had
while
one
you were up
fucking
here.
question. You guys couldn't keep your fucking mouth shut. Fucking one question.
What was it?
I wanted to ask him about his fucking boats and hose and shit. He runs fucking party yachts for incel fucking men. You guys gotta fucking come correct with some thoughtful fucking questions.
All right, Stern, I'll let him back up here. But only fucking radio gets.
I'm
talk,
sorry,
right?
sir. It's a fucking white space. We know that.
I know.
They're the fucking rules. No niggers.
That's how they really feel about you, champ. They don't fuck with you like that. They don't. See, you're lucky that we don't want blood for your treachery. Don't get me wrong. You probably get chin checked if you know what I'm saying. You come up to the wrong physical space of some of us. You probably will get popped in the mouth. But they're on a whole different level of hatred towards you. And they don't care if you're willing to turn on your own people. If anything, they know that just makes you more vulnerable. That just makes you even more food because they know no one's going to have your back. But this is the level of crash out delusion that these tethers have. This is who these cats will crash out for. Meanwhile, in their homeland,
the Sudan crisis is quite.
Meanwhile, in their homeland,
not just in terms of the
they're doing
crisis
bad,
there, but even the way we are expected to respond to it.
They're doing bad in
South
their homeland.
Sudan is still building its.
This is where Myron's people
and it's now having to receive a number of people coming in as a result of the conflict happening in Sudan. So what we've been doing
where a lot of these
as
tethers
WHO
come
has
from.
been
A lot of these tethers
trying
come
to
from
have a better
similar
understanding of
situations.
the people, the kind of health, status, and challenges.
Where outside forces have devastated their homes so bad that they had to flee. So when they give you that King of Zamunda, oh, my people were nobility and all that bullshit, fuck out of here. Whatever your people were over there, it was so bad that you was willing to come here. Myron Gaines said that his dad came here. He drove a taxi cab and he used to get robbed right down in Bronx in the worst, during the worst times of when New York was doing the worst. They was doing the most in New York, in the Bronx and Brooklyn, robbing and killing and drugs and all that shit. It was still obviously better than where he came from because he fled where he came from to come to the slums of New York to possibly get stabbed and robbed driving taxi cabs. So they come from these fucked up situations that Eurocentrist white supremacists devastated their homeland, and they come here and try to get in with the same white supremacists whose hands are bloody from the devastation that they wreaked on your homeland. And they don't have enough sense to at least be like, okay, white folks fucked up my homeland. White folks over here oppressing people. Let me get with the people that's fighting against this oppression. I didn't do it in my homeland like I should have, but maybe now here I can do it because I have these FBA cats who are known for riding against oppressors and being successful to the point where I'm able to come here. But they don't see it like that.
Is that the people are facing right from the border point. So
this
immediately
is where Myron
come
comes
into
from.
the country.
And he thinks the white
set
supremacists
up,
are going to accept him somehow.
Centers whereby, in addition to being registered, we also have.
But it ain't just that. Now we're gonna go ahead and go on to the next story, man. Let's go ahead and hold up. Let's do it like this. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Make sure you guys like and all that shit, subscribe and all that shit. Shout out to Jesse Parrish, man. Shout out, AK Shane Nkrumah, Frontline Black News. But now let's get to this real quick because I think some of y'all have seen some going back and forth that we've had with Set and Key Media. And one of the other delusions that these these tethers have, besides just trying to hobnob and think that they're really going to get in good with Zaddy and be accepted. They also are under some delusion that they're just doing so much better than us. Oh, they're just working so much harder than we could ever work. All you FBAs complain too much. So I seen this post, right? I thought it was interesting because this dude that posted it is a Guyanese tether. He's an immigrant. He's an anchor baby. And he goes, shout out to this man. He said that if Kamala Harris wins, he'll mark every Harris supporter's house and send the immigrants there when they flood our cities. That's fair. Stand by what she stands for. So in other words, here's this dude praising a white guy he's a white supremacist. Now look, as FBAs, we have our own position on, these immigrants coming into our country, coming into our cities, taking our resources. We do. We have a logical reason for standing up against that, because it's directly detrimental to us, because it's the lack of resources. They're taking schools and all these other structures that our people can be or were using in order to accommodate these people. They're giving them things that they don't even give to American citizens. It's a problem for Americans, especially for FBAs. But it's interesting coming from someone who is an immigrant themselves. Like, you would think a black immigrant from the Caribbean would be a little bit more sympathetic towards other black immigrants from the Caribbean. You would think that he surely wouldn't side with the racist white supremacist whose end game, just like we've seen with the Myron Gaines thing. Listen, his end game is to get all the immigrants out. That would include you, sir. But he's willing to throw the other black Caribbeans under the bus because fuck it, he's here. I'm here. That's right. Why you guys in our city? No, motherfucker, this ain't your city. Your city is in some slums in Guyana, homie. Let's be real. This ain't your shit. But he's willing to go against his own fellow Caribbean. So, like, if he can't even be on code, if these tethers can't really even be on code with each other, and they would take another white supremacist point of view over one of their own fellow immigrant brothers, we could never expect that they would ride with us. So I was like, I responded to this. And I said, coming from an immigrant, that's wild. Let's see what the responses are. And he's really going to let you into his, this is going to give you an insight into how these people think, how these tethers think. He said, do you mean American citizen by law and birthright? How's your stagnant channel doing? Did you get over 2K yet? So now he's going to deflect because, his channel has been growing. And to him, that's an accomplishment. And congrats, you have a bigger channel. Yes, my channel was under 2,000. I've had channels that were up to 10,000 plus, but yeah, this channel is small. I don't put too much time in it, as you can see. I don't go live 5 and 6 times a day like you. I don't copy and paste other people's material to try to get views. I don't buy subscribers. I don't buy views like you do. So, okay, kudos. So I put, tethered anchor baby immigrant. Nice deflection, though. YouTube isn't my life or source of income. He responds. He goes, so you're admitting you're wasting your time. IG, I guess your message is not as powerful as you thought. I mean, to talk down on me as a non-FBA and I'm doing better than you are here shows my people's work ethic is better than your FBA complainers. I work and got a degree as well, bro. So FBC are harder working than FBA. I don't know what FBC is. Foundational Black Caribbeans, I guess. So in other words, let's break this down. Let's break it down like this. He said, I'm wasting my time. I admit I'm wasting my time. Okay, well, listen, I don't do this for income. I do this when I feel it, when I feel like it, when I have something to say. I do it so that the message can resonate in the ether. I do it as mere codification to getting certain messages and certain things out and certain narratives out to add on to what we're doing as a whole. I do it out of the spirit of my ancestors who always fought for a better way for their descendants. I don't do it for monetary gain. I'm not mad if you're able to monetarily benefit from YouTube. I'm not mad at that. I'm not a hater. Kudos to you. I congratulate you for that. But to say I'm wasting my time because I'm not doing it for money is very indicative to your mentality. See, you're used to being on a selfish mentality. You couldn't conceive having a message that you thought was strong enough or something to support that's greater than you. So if you're not monetarily benefiting from it, it doesn't make sense to you because you come from a mind state of poverty. I don't just mean the physical poverty that devastates your homeland. I mean the mental poverty, the poor thinking that you can't see yourself as something for the collective. Because if you were, you wouldn't be siding with the white supremacist who wants to get out Black Caribbean immigrants, because he sees you the same way. And that's what you don't get. That's what Myron doesn't get. That's what you tethers don't understand. See, if you guys had a mentality of working collectively like us FBA do, which is why we're delineating. See, we're delineating because you don't understand the importance of working together for a common cause bigger than you. See, our ancestors, they sacrificed their lives knowing some of the things that they did, they wouldn't benefit from personally. Nat Turner knew he wasn't going to overthrow the whole United States government with that rebellion. But he knew if there wasn't enough rebellions that would happen, then the conversation of us being free would never be had. See, Martin Luther King said he knew he was going to die. He knew he wasn't going to see the promised land with the rest of us. He knew it, not in his physical lifetime. So what he did was an extension of all of the rebellions and all the freedom fighting that we've done since 1526. It was an end game that was going to be beyond his physical life. And he understood that, and he was okay with that, and he stood on that. And y'all don't understand that type of mentality because you guys are selfish and you don't have any accomplishments. Who was the Black engineer from Guyana that changed the world? Who's the medical expert and doctor from Guyana that did something that substantially changed the world? What culture comes from Guyana? What lessons and freedom fighters can you uphold? Y'all even got running water. Y'all ain't even figured that out. We built the whole nation. Our innovation runs the world right now. You're on the internet. You're on the computer. You use phones. You use refrigerators. You drive cars. You fly airplanes. There's nothing that we didn't touch, improve, innovate, or invent. Period. There's nothing that we didn't do. 2024, y'all can't even get paved roads together. Electricity, you can't even put up some damn Wi-Fi signals to boost the signal so you guys can have a secure Wi-Fi connection. Y'all don't think as a collective. You think individual. That's why we have to delineate. See, if y'all thought as the collective, like we were thinking you were going to be thinking, we thought it would be a no-brainer. Y'all didn't think like that. That's why we're delineating. So wasting my time is what he said. Because I don't have 20 hours a day to go live on fucking YouTube. Even when I had 10,000 plus subscribers, the money wasn't there for me to be. I don't want to be a professional YouTuber. I have a career. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. What else you say? Oh, my people's work ethic is better than you FBA complainers. Nigga, hold up real quick. Let's see what your worth ethic is like. This is your people's worth ethic. Let's see what your people's worth ethic looks. Let's see what the worth ethic of your people are.
These are all woods that
Let's
they are
see.
cutting.
And this just shows you, this video is going to show you two things. One, they don't have no work ethic. They live in slums. They ain't working on shit. They can't do now what our ancestors did in the 1600s. But it's also going to show you how their land is being exploited. But like the Myron gangs, these tethers never have smoke for the ones who are actually responsible for exploiting their people. They never have smoke for them. This is just another example. And this ain't something hella old. This is only like
a leader from the Amerindian community indigenous to the South American nation of Guyana, pointing to the land his community has lost to the gold miners. Chinese Landing, one of Guyana's smallest Amerindian villages, is waging a monumental legal battle to retain ancestral land they say miners have raided and destroyed in their quest for gold.
So here you got these cats. You got invaders coming into their country, destroying their land, destroying their villages, destroying their living spaces so they could exploit gold. And they'll destroy it and maybe not even find any gold and just move on to the next one. They'll devastate the whole little island. I think Guyana's an island. Whatever the fuck it is. They'll devastate that so that they can take gold that they're not going to share with the people. They're not going to use that gold to enrich Guyana, to lift the living standards of the average Guyanese person. They're going to take it back to where they're from. We're going to exploit it, get rich, and leave y'all poor as fuck. And not only are you not fighting against these people, this is not an army. This is a construction company. You're not fighting about that. You don't have smoke for these people that are coming in, invading your land, but then you're over here talking about, oh yes, you immigrants, you Haitians. This is our land. Fuck out of here, dog. Delusional tethers, man.
Oren passionately holds a map showing the land that the villagers have lost to the miners.
Here, villagers used to mine. That's in the mines. Yeah. But now they're taking over this whole area here. As we can see where we travel today, they open roads. They're cutting out our trees in this area.
According to a report by the Associated Press, a local businessman named Wayne Vieira and a Canadian company called Alario Gold Corp.
You're letting Canadians rough you up. Canadians. They got to be the softest niggas in the Western Hemisphere. You're letting them come slap you around and take the gold out your land. But you got smoke for FBA. You work harder than FBA. You're doing better than American blacks, right? You've got to be.
Have been undertaking mid-scale mining operation in the village, spanning 3,400 acres, splitting the village in two. Trees have been marked red with paint by the miners to mark the territory as theirs. Chinese Landing, which lies deep within the lush forests of northern Guyana, accessible primarily by riverboat, secured its land title in 1976. And for a couple of decades, Amerindians mined that area with basic tools, selling small pieces of gold to feed families and build homes, complementing earnings by hunting and growing crops.
Okay, they're using it for themselves.
This was seen by many as a sustainable model of mining compared to the commercial mining that is now
money
going
up
on.
like that. But
over the years, what we have been doing, we have been the stewards of those forests, just taking only what we need. And I think this is something that people need to understand. As Indigenous people, we take only what we need because we know we'll have to go back there to get more again. They
were trying to use the little gold to sustain their little, ragamuffin lives. But then in comes the invaders that said, fuck what you're talking about. We're taking all this shit. Y'all could starve. Y'all could die. And they don't fight that. But they're over here talking shit to us. While people in their homeland are starving and being treated like little bitches. But they're doing better than us. No, you're not doing better than us. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all ain't doing better than us. This is y'all. Listen, I'm not making fun of you if you're in this type of a situation, but I'm saying don't act like you're hard working. Y'all working harder than us when you had to come here to what we built. What we built. Because you couldn't do that. Because you haven't done it. Because your homeland is overrun with poverty. And you could be poor and still know how to build a house. You could be poor and still know how to build a road. You could be poor and still know how to landscape your fucking community. You could be poor and still know how to hook up irrigation, Wi-Fi, telecommunication, and whatnot, power. So don't act like, oh, you're just working so hard. You guys are so innovative. You're not. Name me a Guyana inventor. Name me a Guyana that's done something that's so, you know what I'm saying, so impactful worldwide. Where are they? They don't exist. No matter how down bad we were, we still created culture. We still created innovation. We still created technology. We still knew how to build. This is y'all. Yeah, let's hold up, man. Let me show you something, man. Let's not forget this conversation that I had with this dude where he tried to tell me that he came from nobility. This nigga tried to tell me that his family came over here. They were nobles in the great land of Guyana. Motherfucker.
Sometimes you gotta pop out his shoulders.
But you don't see black YouTube channels or black Twitter spaces where we're telling you, Guyana, you guys don't deserve reparations. Work harder. The British didn't do that much to you guys. Oh, get over it. White supremacy doesn't exist. You don't see that kind of shit. But we do see examples of you guys coming against us.
I need at least 20 to 50K y'all in front of every courthouse going like, nah, y'all been playing with us for too long and we need our shit.
Yeah, I need at least 20 of y'all in front of those miners that's taking all the gold from your land. How about that? Worry about that. Why don't y'all march on the Capitol or the city centers of Guyana and tell them, hey man, we need some water. We need some running water. Fuck that. Hey, we need y'all to quit stealing the gold and getting rich. And now we can't even feed our families, and now we got to flee to other countries. Fuck that. You gonna tell us about some kind of strategies of how to do something when y'all can't even build a fucking road? You guys are delusional, man. Like as if we would ever listen to y'all. As if you have anything to add. Oh, I could build a YouTube channel, nigga. Look at my YouTube channel, man. I spent all of my pesos in Guyana currency to fucking what? To buy some subscribers and buy some views. So you can run Kamala Harris and Donald Trump speeches live and get into the algorithm. You're doing something because you're using other people's content to try to monetize. You grew your YouTube channel. I get it. Let's go. Hold on. Before we even do this, let's go back to the post, man. Fuck that. We ain't done with this shit. What else? I said I have a degree, which I do have a degree, but whatever. What the fuck they got to do anything? Congratulations, bro. You have a bigger YouTube channel compared to the slums you're from. I'm sure that's quite the accomplishment. He comes back. He goes, bro, I've been had a bigger channel, bro. This just means I lapped you 20 times. Catch up, bro. I worked 45 plus and did this. What's your excuse again? I don't have an excuse. I don't have the time to put into YouTube like that. I do the YouTube when I feel it. When I feel like there's something I want to say, then I'm going to say it. That's what it is. Just an organic way for me to talk to people. It might be even therapeutic. I don't do it for monetary gain. That's not my sole purpose. If it was, I would be doing it different. If it was, I'd put some money behind it. I'd put more time behind it. So yeah, my ambition is not that. My ambition is other things. There's other things that I do that I have found to be a lot more lucrative than YouTube. Not that there's anything wrong with YouTube. Hey, if you could do YouTube, do the damn thing, man. So I salute. Get the money. There's money out there to be gotten. But I do it out of the necessity of the message being signal boost that me and my fellow FBAs have to control our own narrative. That's what is important to me. If it gets monetized like my last channel, which it was monetized, and with 10,000 so subscribers, I didn't make any money to talk about, no money to brag about. But if that happens, cool, but that's not the purpose. I have a purpose that's bigger than my individual self. And if I could just add on to what me and my brethren are doing and get the message out, I'm okay with that, even if I'm not monetarily compensated. He said, what's your excuse again? Because I'm from the slum is the reason I'm more successful and ambitious. Like, these guys really think they're more successful because they got a YouTube channel or they drive Uber or some stupid shit. They think that they're more successful. They're doing better than us because they have a job. No, what you're confusing is that is just normal, regular shit. We don't brag about that type of shit. So you never compare yourself to white people. You only compare yourself to what you do is you compare yourself to the bottom of our people. You compare yourself to those of us who are doing the worst, those of us who are going through challenges. And then you compare your average or your best to our worst and gives yourself the false notion that you're doing better than us when that's not the case. If I was to move to your island, I would be rich. If I moved to your island, dog, I would be living like a king. So then should I get on YouTube and be like, oh, how come these Guyana poor ass niggas, man? I just gave this guy $20, man, to mow the lawn in the back of my palace. Or I can get onto the dominant TV station and say how y'all shouldn't be complaining about them taking the gold and exploiting it. Look at me, I'm wearing the gold. You should be like me. You're not working hard enough. Quit complaining. It's your fault you're starving and that you're, you know what I'm saying, living in a mud hut in the rubble. We could do that. We can go to you guys' homelands and just stunt on y'all and then side with the same people who are exploiting y'all. We don't do that because we're not bitch niggas. That wouldn't even cross our mind because we're not like you and you're not like us. Look at that. Maybe if y'all FBA had that in your blood, you wouldn't complain so much. We don't complain. We demand what's ours. See, the difference is since y'all didn't build anything, Guyana, you know you don't have anything coming in Guyana. The best thing you could do is flee it. See, if you built up a wealth and you watched other people exploit and take your wealth and live high on the hog, while the average people while the average you are not doing so well, you might take issue with that. But since you know you didn't build shit, you don't have shit coming. So you're okay with it. So when you come here, you assume, like the ragamuffin, no skill having lazy bumbleclots that come from Guyana, you assume that that's our lineage and our legacy. It's not. Our legacy is the opposite. Our legacy is building shit that runs the world right now, and we didn't get compensated for it, and we want what's ours. So no, we're not happy. See, you come here and you're happy because you have running water all of a sudden. You have electricity. You have the ability to, look at this. You have the ability to make more money than your Guyanese brethren will ever see in their whole life. Because the average salary in Guyana is 720,000 Guyana dollars to 1.2 million Guyana dollars. right? And then when you do the math on that, well, 1.2 million Guyana dollars is less than 6,000 US dollars. So the average salary in Guyana is 6,000 US dollars. You cannot have a job and make that in the US. So of course, when you compare what you're doing here to there, you think that you made it. So of course you're not complaining. Of course you see us as complaining, because to us, we're living great. You can talk all that shit you want about Chicago and all the slums, you know, look at the Crips and Bloods and all, hey, look at you guys. Nigga, you can go to the worst hood in the United States, and that is paradise compared to where y'all come from. The most dusty of niggas make more than 6,000 a year in the United States. That's a year's salary where you're from. So of course you're under the delusion of thinking that you're doing better than you are. You're doing better than you would at home, homie. You're not doing better than us. Of course you think we complain because we want what's ours, because you don't have anything coming to you, and anything that you have got, you didn't deserve. You got it from a welfare system. You got it from tethering to us. So of course it's a little bit different. We're going to look at this thing a little bit different. And this is not to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to ridicule anybody for their situation. I'm just saying this is the delusion that these cats come here with. So yeah, if I came from a place where at best I would probably make 6,000 US dollars, and now I'm here and I'd have to live in poverty. Yes, and I came here, I wouldn't have nothing to complain about. And if I didn't really understand the context and nuance, I might think that those niggas are just uppity. Them FBA niggas are just uppity. They don't know how good they have it. They were probably doing real bad until these white folks came and helped them out. Why are they complaining? I'd probably have that mentality too if I didn't know better. But I do know better. So I can't have that mentality. Where we at, man? Let's go back over here. Let's go back to the rhetoric. We can complain so much. Then he goes, I'm trying to teach you something because it's crazy. Bro, there's nothing you can teach me except for how to flee. And I'm not interested in that lesson. You only talk down on us because we're doing better than y'all. This is the obsession and the delusion that they have, that they're just doing better than us. What are you talking about? Name me some successful Guyanese in America, please. Show me that the median income for Guyanese is so much greater, that their living condition is so much greater than the average FBA. We're doing better. Shout out to Thomas Sewell. I know that's Thomas Sewell's like a pseudo historian. Expose y'all for what you truly are, jealous of a strong culture. So he's using a pseudo weird historian who says a lot of weird shit. Jealous of a strong culture. What's your culture? Is what I want to know. Okay, you're here. What's your culture, Set and Key? Tell me what your culture is. I'll even put the thing in if you want to come in. I'll give you that solid. Let's go. I don't expect you to take it, but you know, I know you have more YouTube, brother. That's good for you. I'm sure that's great. I'm not jealous at all. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you, because I understand that if you were in Guyana, you'd probably be scraping bark off of a tree to make stew or some shit. So no, I'm not upset at you at all. What I'm saying is, what is this? Where are you getting this? You guys are doing so much better from. Why do you not understand that because I don't make money off of YouTube doesn't mean that I'm jealous or that I don't need to. I don't do this because, I can make money. I do this because to get a message out. So I just want you to come on here and tell me what your culture is. Since you said that you guys have such a great culture, what's your culture? Is it the food you guys eat? What is it? Plantains? Is that your culture? Is it the music? I don't know nothing about your music. I know you know all about FBA music. What is the culture that you have that the world reveres? Is it that you guys have so much inventions in Guyana that we just don't know about that has shaped the world? Is that what it is? Is it your style or your fashion? Is that the culture that you're referring to? Because you said, where is it at? You said your culture, right? You were jealous of a strong culture. This is what you said. Truly are jealous of a strong culture. What is the culture that you are referring to? Because I've yet to see Black people try to act like they're Guyanese or to use Guyanese culture or revere it. I've yet to see anyone. I've yet to see you guys do it. Y'all don't even come here and try to flaunt your culture. What are you talking about? I see you, Shabaka. Give me a minute. Stop complaining and work harder. How can you talk when you let someone who's supposed to be an inferior lap you 20 times? You're a terrible example of the FBA community. No, what you have to understand is this. What you guys have to do, we don't have to do. What you guys do to make a career out of because you don't feel like you have any other outs, we do for leisure. I'm from America, homie. We hunt on a full stomach just out of leisure. You guys are hunting guinea pigs because you will starve. We're not the same. So having more YouTube subscribers, that's cool. I don't feel any kind of way because of that. And if I had 20,000 more subscribers than you, I wouldn't feel like a great amount of pride. Like, oh gosh, I accomplished something. Yes, I have more subscribers in that FBA. You guys are obsessed with trying to compare yourself to us. We don't do that. Let's see what else we got before I get to some people that's trying to get in. No. DB Morris goes, this guy only cares about likes and views on YouTube because nobody likes him in real life. And then he said, dude, you literally using other people's content that has already had millions of views and hoping people searching for the original video will click on your video. Facts. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's not pretend that people are really tuning in to you because of you. Because before you started doing the little stunts of buying subscribers and buying views and rerunning Kamala Harris and Donald Trump speeches 6 and 7 times going live a day, before you did that, your view count was looking like mine. 75 here, 12 here, 10 there, 4 there, 100 there, 1,000 there. The shit was the same. Yeah, you cracked the algorithm by putting some bread on it, and I ain't mad at you. You found a way to get in by tethering off of the United States political system, because who in the fuck would give a damn about what's going on in the Guyana politics? We don't even know the first thing about Guyana. So you had to tether on to do some things. Now you think that you've really done something major. And that's just the difference between us and you, because to you, and compare, like if your lineage, your direct blood lineage hasn't done shit, then having a 20,000 count YouTube channel is probably that's probably the best thing that's happened in several generations with your family. Like when your dad came over here on a boat wanting a better life, you probably manifest that better life. You probably are the better life. Oh, my son, he has 20,000 YouTube subscribers. That's probably the best thing he could ever hope for out of his lineage. Obviously, because you're taking it as if you've really accomplished something. Not like, oh, I'm the first doctor in my family. I have doctors in my family. I have lawyers in my family. I have millionaires in my family, siblings. And I'm not rich personally. I'm good. But you probably don't have any, like, I have politicians. I have a mayor. One of my siblings is a mayor. I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying? So when I compare like what I would brag about as being successful, I could not dare put YouTube in that conversation. That would be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So I get it. If to you, because it's all relative. So if to you, that's a huge accomplishment that your family can never conceive happening, cool. You got to start somewhere. Well, I'm FBA, homie. These guys act like they're creating something and not just picking up Piers Morgan scraps, which is facts. And then I said one more thing. I said, because he kept on talking about how he's doing so good. Oh gosh, I'm lapping you, man. I was just like, that's a wild insecurity you're displaying. Actually, kind of sad. I get it. Being a YouTube channel is the best thing your family has done for generations, but chill out, bro. Chill out, man. It's gonna be all right. So there's that. Let me see what's up, man. Who's up in here? Let me get who else we got in here? We got the Black Klansman, Hate Watch, FBA imposters like Tariq Nasheed, Phil Scott, Afro Elite, Black Alpha, Black White Revelations, Boop de Boop, white supremacist worker for Trump. So we got these guys in here. Okay, you guys are doing your thing. Let me see here. That's them brain dead motherfuckers who don't know shit. Keep in mind, Guyana is the place where Jim Jones made them Negroes drink the Kool-Aid. Oh. Okay. Light goes off. Oh, fuck me. Like Drake said on that one song. I get it now. Oh, Jim Jones. Drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, so that makes sense. Now I get it. Okay, so we can never relate to you, nigga. You oh my God. Ain't doing that. Yeah, Guyana, that's where they did that, huh? Jim Jones, Jonestown. All right, okay. When you put it like that, I feel sorry for him at this point, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good job on your YouTube channel, for real though, dog. Good job, man. Good job, man. Your dad would be proud, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, damn, I had you that hurt. Well, damn, I had you that hurt. It was 20 times lapping your ass. Good job. Your jealousy is wild. Okay. But all them people you talked about is doing better than you, bro, making a life-changing money from my job in YouTube. Life-changing is different for you than me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, life-changing is a subjective term. Like, I have a, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good. I have a career. I have investments. I mean, like, I'm better than the average person, which means I'm probably rich compared to the average Guyanese. Actually, I am rich because the average Guyanese makes $6,000 US a month or a year. Excuse me, a year. I made significantly more than that in construction. And I don't even do construction anymore. So I'm just saying it's all relative. If you're such an outstanding FBA, why are all them non-FBA doing better than you? They're not, though. You guys aren't, though. You're not doing better than us. That's the whole thing. You're doing better than you would at home, in your homeland. You're not doing better than us. You guys aren't doing better than us. I don't know where you guys get that from, that you think you're doing better than us. Because there's rich black neighborhoods in the United States. There's not rich Guyanan neighborhoods. There's not rich Nigerian neighborhoods. There's not rich Sudanese neighborhoods. There's not rich Jamaican neighborhoods. If you guys had the innovation to be so fucking great, you'd be able to be great wherever you're at. And you can't be great where you're at. You don't even know how to build simple irrigations in your own country. I can lay roads. I can grid and do layouts. The skills. We have those types of skills where we're at. Do you guys not have them, or you just don't want to utilize them? Instead, you'd rather live in slums. So you're not doing better than us by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, there may be some people from Guyana that's doing better than some people that are FBAs, but overall, you're not. Because if you were doing so much better, why aren't you doing things to reach back out to help your homeland? Are you that selfish? Are you that selfish? See, that's the point. You guys fled your slums. You never looked back. You never gave a fuck about your people back at home. You never used your resources, since you're doing so great, to go back and make sure your auntie and them that had to stay in the slums are doing better now. You didn't do that. It's not in your blood because you're selfish. And that's a poverty mind state, to be that damn selfish and individual minded. Let's be real. You're doing better than us. Slaves live better than this shit right here. The fuck are you talking about? You guys left your homeland and never looked back. You're doing better than us. Even if you're poor, you'd be able to fix this rickety little house up because there's woods yonder. You'd be able to rebuild this shit. You'd be able to do something. So no, we're stop with the games, dog. You're doing better than us. This is that delusion that you guys have to believe that you're doing better than us. You don't ever say, oh, we're doing better than the Asians. We're doing better than the whites. We're doing better than Latinos. You never say that. You're obsessed with comparing yourself to us because you're jealous of us. That's why you keep projecting. Our culture is world renowned. Jazz, hip hop, rock and roll, R&B, blues, disco. I don't even like disco, but disco, country, the way we dress, our food, the way we talk, the inventions that we have invented that have shaped the whole world, industrialized the whole world, technically revolutionized the whole world. What have you added as a people, as a society? What have you added to humanity? Nothing. You guys ain't added shit. You're worthless. I hate to say it, nothing. It's not even like, oh, well, they got some great music in Guyana. No, you don't. You have some Caribbean music that came from Jamaica that was inspired by FBA. I'm not going to say that we created reggae, but we inspired it. They even said so themselves. We damn sure inspired ska music, dance hall, Afro beats. What have you guys contributed that we would be jealous of? You have nothing. That's why you stay in our spaces. That's why you stay in our topics. How many FBAs do you see jumping in Guyana's Twitter spaces, trying to jump into conversations with Guyanese people, especially if they're in Guyana? How many of us do you see jamming your music? Oh shit, yes, listen to this new artist from Guyana. Hey, did you see that movie? That Guyanese movie? You ever see any shit like that? Hey, what sports do they play in Guyana? Yeah, I want to be like them. Never. Ever. And you never will. Because you guys haven't contributed nothing to humanity. Nothing. Think about it. You haven't contributed shit to humanity. In the millions and thousands of years that this earth has been here, we can't look at Guyana and say it has contributed a damn thing to humanity. Damn. Except for the fact that that is where niggas killed themselves over a white man. Because like I said before, y'all tethers are known for crashing out for white people. That's the only thing you have that you can contribute. Man, let's just be real about it, man. You guys are fucking weird as fuck up here saying that goofy shit like you guys are really doing some shit, man. You ain't doing shit. Let's go back to this real quick before we get back to the... But this is these niggas like, oh man, I'm the best. Look at me, I'm doing so good. I'm doing so much better than you Black Americans. No, you're not. If I went to your homeland, I'd be living like a king. And I could shred you guys with how ignorant and dumb and poor and slummy you are. I wouldn't do that, but I could. If I wanted to go there with the same way that you guys think, I could sell some crypto, 401k, sell my car, house, all that kind of shit. And I would be living like a fucking king where y'all are at. A huge, I could be in a mansion on the mountain surrounded by acres to where a Guyanese nigga couldn't come on my property unless he worked there. I could literally have Guyanese slaves, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? Man, you better stop playing, man. Fuck out of here. You guys are.
And I'll be real with y'all. Y'all do that, even though we're not going to
Listen, you can't tell us how to do that if you're not doing that in your own homeland.
Mine.
You came here. So how are you telling us how we should do it? Here's the thing about this dude. He actually came kind of low key, like he was kind of cool. Like, you know, he wasn't really a tether. He just didn't know better. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, I got a wife that's FBA, and you know what I'm saying? He kind of came as that Trojan horse, but he held this resentment the whole time. That's what these tethers do. They hold this passive aggressive resentment because they wish they were us. They wish they were us. They wish they had the innovation and the creativity, the spirit of us, the love that we have. Because no matter what we've been through, the world still knows they need us. They may hate us, but they love what we do. We have the ability to influence the world. That's the threat. We have the ability to influence the whole world. And you don't have that. So you're upset. So you want to, you know, hug up to white people and put us down, and maybe the white people will choose you. Maybe they'll see that we work harder than those FBA Yanks. It ain't gonna work. Do it. You guys wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for my ancestors. So how are you gonna give me political strategy when you couldn't even do it where you're from?
Oh, you were talking about the cap. Dictatorship.
Stop the cap, bro. He's saying that they couldn't do it in Guyana because it's under a dictatorship. Oh, the government. It's the government. What we have done has been successful enough for you to want to flee here, right? We're not fleeing to Guyana.
No. White man
we ain't going to Guyana. You guys are coming here.
White man said it was successful on the backs of y'all.
And there it is. This should have been the first sign. It was the first sign, because what he just did is undermine what our ancestors did to say, no, the white man did it. The white man didn't do it. We did it. But the reason why he thinks that is because they didn't do shit. Like, they went through slavery too in Guyana and all through the Caribbean. And during that time, they didn't invent shit like we were inventing shit over here. They didn't innovate shit. They didn't grit out shit. They didn't build shit. They didn't do none of that. So they can't conceive that a person with black skin could be the fucking creators of everything. They can't conceive it. So they think, well, I know in Guyana, our people didn't do shit. We didn't build shit. We didn't invent shit. So there's no way these blacks here in America are different than us and more special. So they couldn't have done shit. That's their mentality.
Successful. So chill out, okay? Chill out.
See, that's my point. The stances that you take are very much in line with white supremacy. Keep in mind, if you find this video on his channel, if it's still up, read the comments. Read the comments. Even the Caribbean people that chimed in on his channel were like, he's on some fuck shit. Read the comments. It'll let you know clearly, because I was on his channel for like an hour. Everybody on that channel was riding with me. Everyone said that he got cooked. That's why he had to switch lanes. I think this is what made him have to switch lanes. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna cover politics is trending right now. After the political season, he'll find something else. To him, this is a money grab, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he can't conceive that maybe I have a YouTube channel to discuss things, and it's more important than money. Maybe I have other streams of income that it doesn't even make sense for me to put all the time into here to try to make this my profession. But he don't understand that. because to him everything has to be a scramble because he comes from a place of impoverished. This is what's in his blood right here, man. This is what his parents had to flee from. This it right here. Yeah. No, hold up. There it is. You know what I'm saying? So if he could sit behind a laptop, make a couple $100 a month, that's way better than living this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know? Hard for him to conceive, oh shit. So this is where the rich people. Well, hold on, we'll get to that in a minute. That's where the rich people in Ghana live. The ones that aren't black and definitely aren't of his lineage. You see that? You think you're the special black people, man. You think you're better than us. That's what they really fear. Oh, did I lose? Hold up, I lost sound. Hold up, now I gotta redo this shit. Hold up, real quick.
Hey Jay, what's happening?
I don't
Unfortunately, that's part of the fight. Now, if we didn't have that, we'd be a lot further. Hence why we have to delineate.
Not giving
if we didn't have,
You hear me, Shabaka?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You in there?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you what you're telling these brain dead motherfuckers, man. You see, because all that is that neo-colonialism shit to keep us divided. I mean, man, fuck Guyana, fuck the United States, man. You still were brought here as chattel slaves. Okay, the only difference between an African American, Afro-French, and Afro-Guyanese man is a goddamn boat stop, and they on that fuck shit. You know what I mean? That's what the fuck is keeping us divided on a Pan-African basis.
Well, that's what. Listen, man. That's the point that we've been trying to make since the beginning.
Yeah, man.
But they come over. They a lot of them come over, and they're no different than some of the race traders that we have from the United States.
Exactly.
And we have to call them out. And
most definitely.
Just like we call our own out, and if they called their own out, it'd be different. But they don't. They come here with this. They're better than us. They work harder. This and that. It's not true.
Right. Exactly. And let that motherfucker get his black ass get jacked up by the Los Angeles Police Department or the Seattle PD or the NYPD and just watch how much his black ass is a nigga in the same standards in the United States. They kill me with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, if we could, it would be a beautiful thing if everybody was on the same page. If that was the case, we would have already took over. Exactly. We'd be good right now, but they don't get that. So I don't know if you've seen the first video that I played with Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. He tried to join some white supremacist group so he can make fun of us, and they kicked him out and called him all kind of niggers. And like, what they don't understand is, look, man, these cats they're never gonna see you in them or them in you. They're never gonna see that, man.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And then not to mention the fact, man, that's why we created that hashtag, Brother J, Resurrection of the Mental Dead, because these are some brain dead motherfuckers over there with that bullshit. You know, just like the same thing with the neo-colonialists, man, over there in Africa. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I do appreciate about President Traore of Burkina Faso, man, is that he nationalized all the fucking gold there. You see what I mean? Because as you know, the Thomas Sankara, man, you know, had took it over. That's what he had wanted to do. And the French killed Thomas Sankara. But at least President Traore is telling them motherfuckers, no, man, you get your gay pride flag the fuck up out of here, man. We're nationalizing our own goddamn gold. Just like look at Brother Robert Mugabe down there in Zimbabwe. You see what I mean? Hey, we nationalizing the fucking gold. We nationalizing this bauxite. We nationalizing this tungsten. All the shit, man, that the Western empires and the colonials need to keep their economical foot on our neck.
Hold up real quick, Shabaka. Hey, Trump and the good old boys. Hey, if you want to enter the conversation, come do it, man. I want to hear what you got to say. I see this message. It says, I'm a pure white Christian man for Trump. I do know that God sent the white man Trump to save white people from them evil, racist, Obama, Biden Democrats that hate white people and them dark Haitians.
Man, let me have that motherfucker, man. Let me have him. I'm going to give this white ass a business. I just hope,
Hey, you could tap into the chat, man.
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
and this is
something to say.
that right there. And listen, you could have whatever opinion you want. It's all good. You want to go for Trump, whatever. Be respectful. But this is why, as much as I'm glad that black people are getting off a Democratic plantation and they're not falling for Kamala's shenanigans.
Right.
Like I've said before, even if you're a black Trump supporter, just understand that your reason for supporting Trump is not the same as theirs. Understand that.
Exactly.
Don't think that, like, understand that the reason we may not like Kamala is not the same reason they don't like Kamala.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? We have different reasons. It's a different dynamic going on.
Yeah, bring that star and bar motherfucker on.
If he wants to come on, he can come on, man.
Yeah.
They see us all as one big naga. What they do?
Oh, who was that? Trey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what it is. So so that's the thing. Like, see, what we're doing is strategical. The reason why we're falling away from these Democrats, it's not because we want to be Republicans or we think Trump is the best. No, it's because we want the Democrats to crash out because they've been using us for so long. It's not because we agree with, you know what I'm saying? But some people they take it to the other extreme. They think that, okay, we're not gonna fuck the Democrats. We got to just jump on the Republican plantation when they haven't promised us nothing, or we're only gonna put ourselves out again. No, what we're saying is we don't have to vote for either. After it's all said and done, they could both realize they could have earned our vote, and our vote is coming for in a quid pro quo, this for that, something for something.
Exactly. Let's make a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Deal.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then these damn Democrats, man, looking how they're letting all these goddamn migrants coming in here, man, like over there in Chicago, New York, you know what I'm saying? And then these brain dead ass scratching mayors, they got Brandon Johnson, who's that dude, Eric Adams and all that, man, giving all this goddamn money, man, to these fucking migrants, man. But as soon as we talk reparations, our men slavery was so long ago. And if anybody understands the power of the parlay, them slave masters got money, man, when they freed the slaves from them, so they got reparations on that. The slave got nothing. And then the main industries we contributed to off of our free labor was textiles, alcohol, you know what I mean? Just like when I had that Montgomery rag down there, all them brothers came up there and they smashed the shit out of I.W. Harper, Old Granddad, Johnny Walker, Jack Daniels. You see what I mean? And we invented that shit. You see what I'm saying? No, man, but that was so long ago. But if you understand the power of the parlay when it comes to big business, motherfucker, yeah, you owe us the goddamn reparations.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if I steal your house and I hand it down to my children, their children, and then your great-great-grandchildren somehow realize that that's their house, and I've been able to ball because of that house, and the house is still there, well, that's not my house. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it still belongs to us. Because if our ancestors were compensated properly for what they did, we wouldn't need reparations. Matter of fact, we would be of the wealthiest in this country.
That part. And as you know, too, Brother Jay, with your knowledge, man, you know that the damn Federal Reserve stole the money from the Freedmen's Bank, you know what I'm saying? And then they're going to sit up there and say it's our damn fault. But they came and stole the fucking money.
So take all that money that was stolen and bring that up to today's value and add the interest that it could have compounded
That part.
or
Yes,
the
sir.
different endeavors that it could have went into. Because one of the biggest ways to hand down wealth from generation to generation is home ownership.
Exactly.
So if we were locked out of the home ownership, so if we were able to pass down our wealth and we were compensated during the times of our enslavement, we would be rich, we'd be wealthy, we'd be coming from old money, not old debt.
Exactly. You see what I'm
We'd be
saying?
several generations into home ownership, business ventures and whatnot, and even political power.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? That part. And then on top of that, with the political power too, Jay, just like, the businesses that's going on with Diddy and what have you. See, Hollywood is only going to let you go so far, man, because they realize the economical power that you have, and they want to keep us all brain dead on it, as I say. You see, just like, on the plantation system, they didn't want a nigga to read, right? Because once the nigga starts reading, he starts thinking. Once he starts thinking, he starts realizing his position. Once he starts realizing in his position, hello, Nat Turner, Haiti, you feel me?
Yep.
Yeah, you see, that's what the hell they're afraid of. You see what I'm saying? And then they come up there, man, like they did you on your show, like they did me on mine. Hey, well, we are all the same. Shabaka, come bring your white ass out here in this 118-degree temperature. Oh, and by the way, leave your suntan lotion at home. And then when your snake ass skin starts peeling, then I'm going to go make an anonymous phone call to the paramedic to come scrape your ass up off the sand. Motherfuckers. Yeah. Sorry, Jay. I'm just pissed off.
I'm just going through some of these. For some reason, we got a bunch of these Confederate flag waving motherfuckers that's decided to come and join us.
Oh yeah.
One said colored Democrats. One said colored Democrats are racist against white people, especially white Christians, for Trump.
And if I may address that motherfucker there, first place, you ignorant bastard with your star and bar ass, man, we are in no position, you see what I'm saying, to be racist. For you to be racist, that means that you got to have an economical power, if not a physical power, man, to keep another group of people suppressed. That's why you got your goddamn slave patrollers who are policy enforcers today. They are the police.
I'll be honest. Look, if it wasn't for all that bullshit like that right there, it would be easier for me to say I support Trump.
Right.
It would be easier, but not for me to say that means I have to be in line with people like this who are just blatant gaslighters and liars. Look, I don't agree with black Democratic politics.
Right.
I think it's plantation based. I think that it doesn't get anything good for us. It's detrimental to us. It has been. But to sit here and agree with somebody who's going to say that black Democrats are racist against whites is ridiculous. It's not true.
Oh,
He
it's
knows
asinine, Jay.
it's
asinine. It's beyond.
They're
it's
definitely
beyond
not.
ridiculous.
Black Democrats aren't racist. If anything, they're more bootlickers.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like our reasons are different. Our the way we're looking at things are different. I could want to support the Republicans just out of spite of the Democrats.
Right.
I could want to support them because I agree with their immigration policies, even though really they're not too much different because they didn't do shit when they could have. But I know that they probably wouldn't be giving these immigrants resources that should be going to Americans. I don't think that Republican states would do the shit that they do in like California, for instance.
Exactly. Well, California, Jay, as you know, is its own goddamn planet, man, because that motherfucking state where they elect a Repub governor and a Democratic lieutenant governor, then 4 years later, man, they'll turn around and do the exact goddamn opposite.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad I'm out that damn state, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So basically what these cats are showing us is why we don't really need to be supporting either of these parties, man. Unless they're going to do something specifically for us.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that there's the truth. Okay, I got you there, B1 Truth Bomber. Okay. All right, I got you there, Jay. Yeah. Okay, FBI imposters like Tariq Nasheed, Phil Scott, Afro Lead, Black Alpha, Black Light Revelations, Ricky Manor, all talk like white supremacists working for Trump. Okay, on that, prove it.
And here's the thing: you notice how both sides of the arguments are being used against us.
Oh, absolutely.
The Democrats are racists who hate whites.
Yep.
If we go with the Republicans, then they're white supremacists. We're white supremacists working for Trump.
Right.
So both of
then,
these,
like, I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
I was saying, so like, you know, both it's showing me that either way, they're both the same.
Exactly, two sides of the same coin, and I've been telling people that, man, for the last 30 years. For the last 30 years, I've been telling them, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I appreciate our man in Colorado, there, brother Jesse, Black First Agenda. You know what I'm saying? Is because it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves, and you can best believe that these other groups, man, make so much goddamn much money up off of us, man. It's stupid. Look at the Academy Awards. Look at the Grammy Awards. Look at BET, which is no longer black owned. You're going to sit up there and show me some damn ratchet ass stupid shit, as opposed to some of our great black people down through the history of time, from the beginning of time, of the accomplishments that we have made as a people. You see what I mean?
Yeah. If anybody disagree, man, the link is in there.
Exactly.
The Trump, good old boys, Trump, the Black Klansman, whoever. You got something to say? We can do it. It's all good.
And then, just like how I disagree with so many brain dead Negroes, man, and white supremacists, you know what I'm saying? We all the same, Shabaka. Bring your ass out here to this sun, and it's a pleasant 84 degrees today. Next week it'll be about 110. So bring your little white ass out here, and I'll prove my point. I'll bring you a cup of water.
Cup of water, huh?
Yeah. You know? And then also too, Jazz, you are very, very well knowledgeable about, is that these individuals, man, look at Candace Owens. Let me see. Who's this other brain dead Negro out there?
Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah, Tommy Sotomayor.
Jesse Lee Peterson.
Oh man, he's really sick. Okay, Jonathan Gentry. Let me see, other brain dead ass Negro, Larry Elders, Leo Terrell, and if either one of you sorry ass tricks is out there listening, you got an open invitation to call into Shabaka's Black Expanse at any time, 516-418-5996, and I don't mean to be advertising on your thing there, Jay, without your permission. Yeah, so, you know, because I got a whole lot to say to them motherfuckers. Oh, you don't need reparations. Look at all that goddamn gold up there, man, in El Dorado County, where a lot of them crackers, man, doing the gold rushers, bringing their slaves up there to mine that goddamn gold. You see what I mean? For nothing. And then once they crossed into California, Jay, they're automatically free. Because you remember, man, years ago, man, when we did the history on Washington, Oregon, and California.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
You know, Black Outstanding Radio? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I still follow you there on Blog Talk, brother, always, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so what it is, man, it's just like the ancestors told us, you got these 5 digits on your hand. You separate them and slap somebody, you might sting them, but if you want to put them in their place, bring those digits together. This is what we have to do educationally. This is what we have to do politically. This is what we have to do economically. And this is what we have to do, man, with entrepreneurship and innovation.
Hold on, let me do this real quick for the brother.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's Brother Parrish right there. Hope he make it, because that's the only politician I'm voting for. I wish I was a registered voter in Colorado. I'd support that brother. Because that brother's been in the trenches. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Look, he got his shit up, man. He got his shit.
Yeah, he's got his shit real nice.
Yeah. Talking about, man. House District 8 demands a leader who listens, advocates, and delivers results. The House needs change, and the people want results now.
Yeah, and I wish I could vote for that brother.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah, him and Cornel West. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, man. Come on.
Yeah, Brother Parrish, to see you there, man.
Exactly. So that, you know, unfortunately, some of these self-hating tethers, they don't like to see us make the moves that we need to make.
Exactly.
Because and here's the reason why, because they feel like they'll lose something if we elevate. And the only reason why they feel like that is because they don't feel connected to us. They don't feel like they're on the same side of us. Because if they did, they'd be more than happy to see us elevate. We celebrate their accomplishments. We celebrate 1804, all kinds of different things that they have done in their past. We celebrate it when we see that kind of shit.
And
how come they don't see us how come they don't see it the same way?
Exactly, because they brain dead, man, got fingerprints on the brain. And Dr. Marimba Ani, man, when she wrote her, oh Lord, the Urugu, where she talks about the Ma'afa, which is a disaster so bad it is beyond description. And of course, as you know, that she was a student of the Honorable Dr. John Henry Clark. You know what I'm saying? And if you're out there, Dr. Marimba, please get with us, ma'am. Please get with us. Salute to that sister. And
Economic
also,
empowerment. Hold on, let me read through some of his
yes,
stuff.
sir. Mm-hmm.
Responsible for Dr. Cornel West being on the Colorado ballot via the Unity Party of Colorado. As the junior chairman of the Unity Party, Jesse Parrish played a pivotal role in shaping the party's vision for the future. The Unity Party has also nominated Cornel West for president, with Jesse serving as an elector, further underscoring his dedication to promoting unity and progressive policies at both the local and national level. Economic empowerment. Invest in Black-owned businesses and entrepreneurship through grants, low-interest loans, and tax incentives. I like that. Promote financial literacy. Yes.
Right.
And provide resources for wealth building and generational wealth transfer. Yes, sir. Ensure equitable access to capital, housing, and opportunities for home ownership.
Yes, sir.
Man, he got his thing right, man.
Oh yeah, he got it real nice, man.
Good shit,
and
man.
then also too, Brother Jay, if I might say, right? Okay, it's because as you know, man, Kwame Ture used to embrace a Marxist doctrine and socialistic doctrine, just like what the Black Panthers did, Dr. Newton did. But to find out on Karl Marx, man, he had stated that we as a people, meaning those of African descent, foundational Black Americans, what have you, do not have the intellectual capacity to embrace socialism, man. And I beg to differ with that. I said, but I was just putting that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, look, man, you can go back and we can nitpick through a lot of our scholars and warriors and people that we revere and find flaws in their stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, understand that they were dealing with they didn't have internet where they could just look up anything at their fingertips at any time.
Well, that
maybe they didn't know. Like maybe MLK didn't know about Gandhi's history and that he was a rabid racist.
Oh yeah, man. We did some shows on that there too. And the Brother Paris can come in there, most definitely. Because when Gandhi did his thing in Azania, is because the real name of the country is Azania. He was only doing that there for those of Indian descent, okay? And they looked at us, and they still look at us as untouchables, you see? And then even Dr. Martin Luther King, he even stated before he was assassinated that I led our people into a burning house with integration. So you got to admire a man who admits his mistakes. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Just say, and you know, we still got a long way to go, but although we have claimed a long way as well too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, B1 salute, Jay Dizzle. Appreciate you.
B1, dog. Hey, B1, man. I like that
Lady
website.
Che in the background, she's the one that designed the website, so all praise to Lady Che for that.
What's up, Lady Shay? You did a good job. This is nice. That's what I'm talking about, man. Stepping it up.
I made it one page, so I'm sorry, I got a cold. I made it one page, so there wasn't all these buttons, the weird ass pages like everybody else. It would have been more interactive, but the STEM skimming machines took all our income for like the month.
We got scammed with the EBT skimmers.
Yeah, that shit is fucking
Yeah, be careful with that shit, people. You know what I'm saying? Because I posted a video where motherfuckers was doing that at gas stations and shit.
No money. So with no money.
Yeah, it's like the second month in a row this happened.
Yeah, well, what I've been doing, Brother Che, out here when I go buy my gas and what have you, man, I just go up there and tell them, I says, look, man, if you're scamming me with this shit, man, the only thing I'm going to do is come back and whoop your ass.
Yeah, that'll get the job done. But you got to check the cashiers out now, too, because it's the ATMs and the cash and the
yes, sir. And the gas pumps.
And the pumps, yep. They put them on the pumps, too.
Mm-hmm.
I watch the whole videos, and now I check it out when I go to the store. And
then another thing too, Jay, what Brother Paris has been doing, man, is emphasizing growing our own food.
Yeah, the garden right there.
Yeah, and you remember, Jay, man, where you and I had discussed Dr. Ken Adams, man. He was talking about these GMOs, man. You know what I'm saying? Is designing to sterilize it, and also to mess up.
Too. They got GMO seeds too, because Monsanto Bayer got the monopoly on that.
Yeah, exactly. And then, Jay, when I was up there in Washington one time, man, I think before you and I had hooked up, Jay, I was up there, man, you know, because I was traveling from Spokane to Seattle, man. And this dude was telling me, man, who worked off in this apple orchard, man, because he was coming from the warehouse. And he says, if you got fruit like apples, oranges, watermelon, and if it does not, and peaches, and if it does not have the seeds in it, do not consume it. It is a GMO.
Because remember growing up, all the watermelon we had, they had black seeds in it. And we used to them out. Now you just got white seeds. Like what the hell, or no seeds at all.
Yeah, that's a GMO. You'll say that's a GMO. And then keep in mind, people, the more you consume them GMOs, the older you get, man, it will fuck you up.
You talking about that Monsanto shit?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. And then get this here, Jay. You're giving you more knowledge on Monsanto. Is that they got the patent on them, right? So therefore, Jay, I know you've been through California, San Joaquin Valley, where you got all the farmland out there.
Yeah.
When the wind blows, and then when the leaves and I guess the little fuzzy shit, man, that goes off there that gets caught up in the whirlwind with it, when it goes land on other crops 10, 15, 20 miles away, then they automatically are confiscated by Monsanto.
Right.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, you're talking about the pollen, Shabaka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, doesn't it make it so that now nothing else can grow there except for Monsanto?
Exactly. Or
infused seeds, because they got the monopoly on the seeds. So you got to be careful where you get your seeds from.
Exactly.
They got the monopoly on that too.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
They're doing the most.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it is, Jay. Yeah, they're doing the most. And then quite naturally, of course, Jay, as you know, man, like the same thing if it grows or if it blows over there on the Native Americans' land. Particularly up there, like around the what's that? The Highway 12, where the Nez Pierce did the Trail of Tears.
You talking about in Washington State, Shabaka?
Yep. We had the Lewis and Clark Trail, and when they had that slave who won his freedom after they got there to the Pacific Ocean, they killed him.
Yep, they did. His name was York.
Exactly.
Let's have a street named after him in Denver.
Yeah, I remember York in Denver, man. So they no longer have York Street in Denver.
You know, York turns into University. It's still York, but it turns into University.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what was up with that the Venezuelan situation, man?
Oh man, that shit was blown hella out of proportion. It is hella immigrants out here though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm starting to see a few of them out here. And then, like I told you too, Brother Paris, when I was there, man, on my car, I got snowed in with y'all.
We got immigrants from all over the goddamn place in the world.
Yeah. And then get this, Jay. Damn immigrant gonna ask me in Denver,
Lady
Colorado,
man. Has immigrants all over the place because she lives here. I live in Denver, man.
Yeah, they're two different cities.
Aurora is a suburb of Denver. It's a sundown town.
Yeah, and then, you know, and I told you too there, Brother Trey, when you and I hooked up, man, damn migrant come asking me for some money, man, out in front of the damn 7-Eleven. I'm going from knee-high snow to get back to my room. Same motherfucker come knocks on my door. Hey, man, you better get your ass the fuck up out of here.
All right, Lady Che trying to hop on.
I actually like to tell the truth.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, sir.
She got to get the link. I just sent her the link. But she gonna give me the 411 on what's happening in Aurora because she actually lives here.
Okay. How far is Aurora from Denver?
Like, we're right next door. Like Yosemite's the dividing line. I'm about 15, 20 minutes away from her.
Yeah, it's like Seattle and Kent, Jay.
Yeah.
Like that close?
Yeah, that close.
Are you muted?
Not yet.
I'll mute you.
Yeah, but you're right, y'all, about these damn tethers.
All right. No, you're not.
I'm doing more research on it. I see they fucking with our algorithms again, or the algorithm.
We're good.
All right. So, sorry, I have a cold. All right. So, I live in Aurora. I live like 8 blocks away, less than 8 blocks away from where all that shit happened.
Okay.
Allegedly, where all that shit allegedly happened.
Yeah.
So, so it was like a personal beef between them, when they got that shit on video. Old girl was snitching. She was the one with the camera, the ring door camera.
Yeah. Kelly, I think her name is.
Yeah, old ass woman or whatever. Yeah, she was snitching, so she got moved out. Now, is that your echo?
I'm completely muted, cuz.
Okay, well, stay muted over there. So she was snitching. However, all that shit doesn't like they're saying there's all this gang violence and whatever. I like to call this side of the street the Crip side, and the other side where that shit would happen is the blood side. I went down there like I'm outside, so I patrol the neighborhood outside. Like pretty much every time I feel good, I feel better. But I go out at really weird hours at night, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., just random hours. So nobody knows when I'm outside. I'm just out, and I'll be out for like 4 or 5 hours, just patrolling the blocks in my neighborhood. I went over there. I was sitting in the parking lot for like 45 minutes, and the way I look like that. I look like the neighborhood. So I'm either all dressed, all loped out, or something like that. And I definitely look like a problem. Somebody should come talk to me. I definitely look like a problem. I definitely look like I'm up to something, or like, shit. If the police follow me, I don't say why gang members don't want to talk to me. And I speak 5 languages. So I was outside. I was out there over there at that one apartments that had the big trash. They're like 8 deep.
Fitzsimmons Place.
Not Fitzsimmons Place.
That's the road.
Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. I was sitting in the parking lot, but I didn't go all the way to the wall of the apartment. I was sitting like right on the sidewalk for like 45 minutes at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Just pretending to look at my phone. Josh tried to call my sister. She didn't answer the phone. Normally she up about that time. I was just sitting there messing around for like 45 minutes. And I went to the other side where the trash was. And I was sitting in there. I was sitting. You could plainly see me. I scoped it out. I really felt like they're slacking on their lookout situation, because their lookout situation was like 2 empty chairs, 2 empty lawn chairs on the other block. So I had perused all over, going down alleys and shit, checking it all out. The problem was that when the we are in Aurora. I'm in Aurora. And Aurora is not a sanctuary city, so you get fucking picked up by ICE at any given point.
Facility is right up the street.
It's right down the street, like literally. It's right down the street. You want me to drive the bus? Like they're everywhere. They started pushing out black people like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, we had an all-black shopping center across the street.
Definitely. We did have an all-black shopping center. Then they built all this shit up. Supposed to make apartments for her. They're supposed to be affordable housing, and there's nothing affordable about it. Actually, one apartment, like I was patrolling over there too. They I stopped and was bumming a cigarette from somebody outside smoking on the porch. And I wanted to get some information, so I was like talking to him. Dude was from Venezuela. They paid like you could see clearly inside their apartment, so I wasn't like being nosy. I was outside, and I bummed a cigarette or whatever, and I was like, "How much you pay right here?" They're like $2,800, and he had like 5 people in the living room. They had a lot of space. They was in there comfortable, like mad comfortable, kicking it. You can get 5 people. You can get 5 people in my living room, but it won't be comfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean? 3 is uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, like me and Jesse went in the living room. My brother, be like real uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they would have plenty of space. I was tripping because they have all these apartments and a lot of them are empty still over there. But $2,800, how the fuck are they affording that?
Right.
They pooling their resources.
Yeah.
Like, it was good. And then they had audacity because I was asking them. I was like, I live across the street. I said, on the side that isn't gentrified yet. And on my side of the street is not gentrified. My side of the street still looks like part of the old neighborhood. Yeah, so I'm like, how I wanted to ask how can you afford it, but I don't want to be all up in their wallet. So I just was like, this is fucked up shit because we're on vouchers and they're just barely asking us questions now to make it almost impossible to rent an apartment. So I feel really kind of some kind of way about it. I better hold on to the apartment I got instead of trying to move because they're not going to let us move anywhere.
You gotta take what you can get right now.
Yeah, they're doing black people dirty everywhere. You know what I mean? So they can't let the shade deflect the message. They're really doing black people dirty everywhere.
Well, that's a human rights violation.
Yeah, but just like I don't know how they can get away with it.
They were here in 2019. They did a whole report. Nothing came up.
Now with the president coming.
Oh, the only thing that came of it is now it's illegal for them to sweep people like trash.
Now that the president coming.
Yeah, like they did in Los Angeles with Karen Bass did. They say they don't even have to give them no notice or nothing. The only thing, man, they're going to send out the Department of Sanitation picking up your shit, and then they're going to have the damn lap dogs right there, man, locked and loaded for your ass.
Yeah.
Yes, as far as like the president coming, so when he said that, he said he was gonna come and deport everybody in Aurora. I was like, shit, you don't even gotta worry about it, because I've been like, trying to say to them, I was like, you might as well meander back to Denver. That's where the safety is. Well, you're over here in Aurora, dumbass. Right. Like, didn't nobody explain to you that in Aurora there is no sanctuary? You can't get picked up. They just don't enforce it.
And they have an ICE facility.
Yeah, they just don't enforce it, which they should. They just don't.
This sounds like somebody's getting bought off to me.
Oh yeah, big time. And the police lying, the politicians lying, talking about that they know about it. They know about it. They've been know about it.
Now the big 91 apartment, that one was different. That one has been shitty, been
effed off. It's been effed off since I was at the LeBarons on Paris.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. How do I do this test? When they closed that down, I mean, I lived there. I had one of my tattoos from over there. I lived there for a long time. I lived like on the 3rd floor. I mean, that shit was roguish then.
Right.
That was like in the late 90s.
That's CBZ management. There's some straight up slumlords.
I don't know who managed it. I just know I used to have. What's weird about that is that for a long time we just dropped the rent in the envelope in the door.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember.
how it was at the Evergreen Terrace.
I remember, like, I think I remember seeing somebody, like, one time when I went to go rent there. They said, I told them I had cash, and that was that. Because that's all the only type of apartments I rented was cash paid apartments where I could go rent an apartment, put the first to the last month down, and the deposit in cash. I didn't have to do no credit check. I didn't have to do no paperwork. I just signed my name. You know, they took a picture of my ID, and that was that. You know,
They have a lot of private owners. In the last like 5-10 years, they only rent to illegal immigrants. Fellas.
Yeah, well, somebody's getting paid off of that there, Brother Che. That's clearly obvious, man.
Yeah, like these ones my mom used to stay on Beeler behind the old Family Dollar, Lady Che. It was like that over there, and that was like at least 10 years ago.
which side do I do the test in?
I think I put water in there.
Oh, come on,
Put a solution. You gotta put the shit in your nose.
I did already.
All right, then you see some water.
We had to take a COVID test because I said that I'm like the worst one. Jesse will walk in here and a cold blew in with them. And I got sick. I got sick. I got sick like immediately, like instantly. What tube?
There's a tube that goes with shots. Oh God. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Hey, y'all was talking about Diddy yesterday, weren't you?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah,
calling in, man. How'd that go?
Okay, we had a good conversation about it there, Mr. Dizzle. Yeah, because I got your message, man. You said that the phone just rang and rang and rang. And what's happening is, man, they're playing games with our algorithms on Blog Talk as well, too, is because, you know, we'll be having certain individuals who'll be coming in there, and I'm not going to mention their names, not on your platform, you know what I'm saying? But you've interacted with them a few times, Jay, you know, and so Diddy thought, you know, he was all that. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Mr. Combs because he's got juice, you know what I mean? But what Diddy got slapped in the face with that Hollywood shit, man, is that he's just a nigga like the rest of us is. And then they already seized the crib. They're getting ready to seize all his assets. You know what I'm saying? They're out to break Diddy.
How can they seize the crib when it's his? They denied
That's
his
what I'm saying, Lady Che, let me tell you something. In the state of California, if you run in a criminal enterprise, right, they season all your assets, property, bank accounts, jewelry, planes, this, that, the other, and then they deny them bail. You see what I mean? In New York.
It's just a big thing. Like, first of all, when I've been in jail so many times, and I never came to him with no bail package. Like this is what I want to do with the bond. Like, can we negotiate? No. The judge is like, yay or nay, give you the bond, and you know you're stuck in there or not. You know, you better hope you get bond. You know, but other than that, it's like he came there all prepared. You know, like the thing I was like, they said, you know, on the news they never said they searched his plane.
No, I'm sure they did, Lady Che. Is because the thing is, you got to understand, when you get these high profile cases out of LA, right? They tell you so much, but they don't tell you everything that they're doing. You know damn well they searched Diddy's crib.
They got both his cribs. They was up in his house, but they got his plane too. They searched his plane. He was over there trying to, you know, talk about whatever got to do to liquidate the plane. I was like, no, don't liquidate the plane. The jet is black. Don't liquidate the jet. Like, stop it.
No, they seized it.
Yeah, did they seize it already? I haven't looked at it.
They already seized it. They already seized it. You see, they work very fast there in LA County, as you know, Lady Che. And then after Diddy finishes his situation there in New York, that chick Gloria Allred is going to come after him as well too. See, because Gloria Allred hates anything that's male. She will break your ass.
How's she gonna go after him though, Shabaka?
Well, one, she's going to go after him for the, you know, of him abusing a woman. Number one is because, you see, although he's in federal court now,
than women.
The
thing is like what it said. It said cuz It's because that he was shipping in male prostitutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, all that shit. You know, Hollywood is bizarre, Lady J. It's bizarre. You see, now they talk about.
There's no real question that he wasn't tune it up type power dominance right there. He was you know what I mean? There's no question that he didn't get. Like if you had questions, those questions
The
out the
diddler. The diddler, man.
Hey Jay, and then when the LAPD went
Listen,
there
he
and
had
served that
1,000 bottles. Is that real? He had 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
That is a lot of loose booty. Like,
damn.
Like,
and then when the LAPD came there, man, I don't know how he got word, man, but he bailed
That's
like a
diabolical.
motherfucker.
That's diabolical.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's
it
a
is,
long
Jay.
time to go through baby oil. But you got 1,000 bottles. It's like, okay, you can only do so much.
He was thinking long range, man. He was thinking long range.
Yeah. These motherfuckers filling up they go and decorate the hotel rooms and all this shit. You want to be prepared. But I'm like, the drugs he was using is like, I'm a fucker knows everything. Those are like zombie comatose sleepy drugs, like opioids, opioids are designed to make you
doing the same shit too. So if you're gonna talk about Diddy, talk about Weinstein's ass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
First them.
But what I'm saying is that those are sleepy drugs. It's not like he gave him some meth or crack, or they was on that cocaine or acid and mushrooms. Turn around like, yeah, I want to fuck good. My booty's open. No, these motherfuckers was asleep and probably didn't have no real chance.
Days at a time,
like
whole weeks.
I don't like opioids, but if I can't see fighting off anybody like, oh no, I said no. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? That no, I said no. It was like, yeah, okay.
Days straight.
Yeah, days straight. That they like. First of all, what kind of stamina does old Diddy have? He older than us.
Yeah, he's like in his 50s.
He's like 56. So he's on some major stamina. He got to have some major stamina to be going through 3-4 days, 2-3 days of taking booties and shit. Power dominant type top. You know what I mean? I don't see anybody getting behind him.
Oh no.
Somebody behind him.
Yeah, he in jail. He definitely getting somebody behind him. Them motherfuckers is like, oh, you think you gonna dominate us? Yeah, right.
Wholesale block commissary.
He did already. Oh, let's see, you just saying hot boy statements over there in the back. See Jesse over there making hot boy statements. I'm asking him, I was like, for real? He's like, no, you just fuck. Cause yeah, so we talked about it. I think Diddy had a lot of oil, not just baby oil, but a lot of personal lubricants. So that just means to me to say that he doing a lot of anal stuff, because you don't masturbate with baby oil. Nobody masturbates with baby oil. You know what I mean? Especially men. Okay, so
lubricant like it.
Nobody does that. Brothers don't do that.
Water solution and fucks it up.
Yeah, brothers don't do that. No, it's just not a good. I was like, I was already creating reasonable doubt. I was like, shit, he's in hot ass areas. His house is in California. House in California, the house in Florida. It's hot. You don't want to be ashy. You never really see him ashy. You know what I mean? So I was like, very reasonable doubt.
Stop.
Yeah, with his feeties out and shit. You don't want to be ashy.
God.
No dry toes for Diddy.
That's too much. That's too much, man. That's too much.
No dry toes. He's out there with his feeties out.
Slick Diddy.
Yeah. Like, for real. Like, you never see him ashy. But, I mean, like, dude, they're already showing clips of him dancing. And, like, when Meek Mill would be rapping and shit. Or
Cheek Mills.
Pop Smoke. I was looking at Pop Smoke. You know, Pop Smoke died, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at Pop Smoke do his dance, and I'm like, I was watching him do his dance. I was like, no. Did I realize how gay this dance was? The Pop Smoke dance. You know what I mean? She like
I
the
ain't
way
all that
that.
hip for Pop Smoke. Oh, see.
Pop Smoke, right? He did his little dance and he's looking gay, but then it flashes over to P. Diddy looking at him. I was like, no wonder. He's probably sizing him up.
Shit going on. So the industry been mighty quiet, Jay.
What? Oh yeah, because you already know.
And the internet is
Not everybody told Diddy no. You know
I
what
was
I'm
on
saying?
Dewan B's channel the other day, and he had Kendrick Lamar and Drake in the chat.
What? No way.
Yeah.
In the chat or on the?
No, they were in the chat.
On Dewan B, you said? What were they saying?
Diddy is he didn't do it, and Kendrick shouted me out. And I said I like the music, and he was like, "Oh, that's what's up, dog."
Who said that Diddy didn't do it?
Drake.
Well, of course Drake did, because Drake probably gonna get his ass caught up too.
Man, I would have been in there. Like I was telling Jesse, I was like, the time to be snitching would have been time when they raided the house. That's the time.
Too late now. It's too late now.
Where they raided the house and they got all the videos. That's the time you want to be snitching. I was like, because then you gonna get you a nice little deal.
You pled not guilty though to all the charges.
Goddamn right. I played not guilty too. What the fuck am I saying I'm guilty for? I'm like, no, I didn't do none of that. It's all consensual.
But the feds got him, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So usually when the feds come, they don't come like the police. When they come, they already got the case. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. That's why dude said that shit all confident. The lawyer was mad confident. I was like, ooh, Brother Love is going to jail.
Yeah.
Brother
They always
Love
did, yeah. And even though, there's probably some angling and narrative that they're running with this, that don't mean that he didn't do some fuck shit though.
Oh yeah, no. I think he did. I think he did. They're gonna use that Cassie thing, and and maybe a couple other bitches, because there was only a few bitches that they were like mostly from like Danity Kane and
But I'm sure he's done all kinds of fucked up shit. Like the way the way they like to do in Hollywood, if you're making the money, they'll let you run him up.
like what is it? I think my brother said it was Kid Cudi's car. Then he blew up.
Yeah, he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, and dude, you got Mace in them. You got a lot of disgruntled employees.
Every artist he's ever had, he's fucked over.
Not to mention Gene Deal, you got that old fucking raggedy ass Jaguar Wright over there, been telling tales all year long about P. Diddy.
Well, Cat Williams started this off right.
She was telling us shit for like at least a year and a half, and I was like, "Who the fuck listens to Jaguar Wright?"
You'll see surprised. It's like Charleston White. Who the fuck listens to Charleston White? You'll see surprised.
Yeah, so I mean, like, they're like all the tales and shit are out there being said, and I'm like, I wonder who's on the witness list. Not only that, but the feds could use all of that for their case too. They're just social internet gathering news nowadays. I don't even think they do any real work. Let's be on the internet. Here, Jesse, where's the lighter? Yeah, so we finally got through Frontline Black News yesterday, but it was all cap. I can't wait till the president comes. But they started saying it was about these landlords. I don't know. I live right down the street. I got a raggedy ass landlord too.
Slumlord. All these apartments over here got slumlords. It's been like that for decades.
Yeah.
This is the old dirty ass part of Aurora.
You said the president's coming?
Yeah, he coming to dump. As in human shit. Don't want to make that person here.
I know. I'm saying the House. He's not my type. I'm not voting for him. I'm a Cornel West fan.
With the black agenda, like, hey, with that black vote, this is what you got to do.
Was he doing a rally out there or something?
I don't know if he doing a rally or just a random pop up, but he said he's coming out here in 2 weeks.
To Aurora.
Aurora.
Yeah, where I'm at. To where I'm at to see about the immigrants.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't really necessarily care because he's whatever he's got going on, he's messing it up himself. Her too.
Yeah.
Did you see that NJAB interview?
I seen some of it. I seen like a little clip or two.
Listen, that broad is so awkward. She's like, no, put it up. Yeah. She's so awkward. Check it out. She was awkward starting the way she talks about black people or being black or anything black. It starts
That's the
off
first
with.
time I ever heard her say she was black.
And she said, I don't know. I was like, you gotta listen to the whole sentence. But the thing was like, she was awkward. She looked like she was shaking, and she looked like she's awkward. Like when you talk to white people, and white people gotta say something about black people, but they're so cautious about it, like tiptoeing, and they don't want to be offensive. That's how she was acting. And then when she said she was black, she said, I don't assume to get the black man's vote because I'm black. I am black. The way she said it was like, wow. Like I was like, okay. This week we are, right?
Yeah.
Like
convenient.
This week I didn't feel confident that was a confident answer. I didn't feel like oh yeah, like I believed it.
Convinced.
No, of course we can. That's of course because we've already peeped game on that. But you gotta think about it how like the rest of the people are gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Like most people are gonna fall for that shit.
Oh yeah, I didn't feel like shit. I was not confident. I was like, are you sure? Like I didn't feel convinced. I wasn't convinced at all. I was like, your job is to convince us. Like, and I was like, so all right, whatever. This time you all right. But then I watched that whole interview.
Hey.
I will say that the big ass dude in the middle, he looked like the brother from Soul Glow from Coming to America.
When I was on the
Yeah. I was like, not Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl.
Daryl. I was like, Jesse, if we had a kid, that's how our kid is gonna look.
Like Daryl.
My hair is gonna be taller than you though. Oh my god, that's funny as hell. Yeah, no, I was like, Jesus, where they get this big ass? That dude was huge. That was a big ass dude in there.
Yeah, he's easily like 6'5".
Easily, I was like, God damn. They brought this big ass motherfucker wearing what is that moth? I was like, what is that moth?
At least he didn't come in there wearing a tablecloth. Like
big ass dude.
Big Bird.
There's a big ass dude. Yeah, so I watched this shit.
But you all still kill me with that term tethers, man. You know
that was a long-winded conversation.
That's exactly what the show's about. Them goddamn tethers, Shabaki.
Damn, boy.
There's a tether action right
yeah,
there.
Them tethers is all fucked up in the head. No.
Yeah, they gonna really.
Man, I'm in the process, man, of typing up the show for Friday morning.
They could have went so much harder. Like, who are you talking to, Godmother?
Yeah. Well, that interview was long-winded. Like I think maybe they got like 8 answers, 8 questions.
Different reaction on how they treated the dump. They treated the dump like complete shit.
Well, yeah, the females. She had 2 males.
2 black males. But
2 black men.
They both looked effeminized.
They were trying to be masculine for real. At least the one that was asking, the dark skinned one. He was trying. He was really trying.
Yeah, he was trying. With the other one, he was like soft suing.
Yeah. He was trying to be serious. But I was like, come on, ask the real question. Like, you gotta ask the real question. Are you gonna do it? Yes or no? Then don't. And yeah, you can do an executive order. You can make executive orders for all kinds of different shit.
Yeah, I heard her bullshitting around the reparations shit. She was.
Yeah.
Well, literally, this economy, this opportunity economy, is a stupid concept.
Yeah.
Because if we're all around, like we're all older now, but this is the land of opportunity, isn't it?
Off the backs of our ancestors.
You know what I mean? Aren't we in the land of opportunity?
There's only opportunity off the backs of our ancestors.
Yeah, but that's not. We're not saying that now. But anybody who has a motherfucking brain, their head, seen opportunity, can get real opportunistic.
No, their sales pitches is what they are.
Yeah, she's like, this the opportunity economy is what I want to make. Bitch, are you stupid? I mean, like, I'm down there 50, like 44. I'm like 44. I mean, we've been living in an opportunity, the land of opportunity, land of milk and honey, allegedly, for like a gazillion years. You're not really doing anything as far as like, she's trying to tell you that most black men are wanting to do entrepreneurial shit. Yeah, look, a lot of us don't want to work for nobody.
Right.
I don't want to work for nobody.
Right.
But that doesn't mean
not
that
working
everybody
for
got the
nobody.
creative possibilities to make that jump off.
Right.
You know?
When they come correct and cut the goddamn check, they can start with that.
Right.
We can make all
Capital.
that ourselves. They don't want that. They want to keep
Okay,
us on
I need some hashtags, y'all. I got Liberation Minded Media. Okay, Frontline Black News.
Frontline Black News. The Revolutionary Agenda.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what Jay's got going on as well. What's the hashtag for you, Jay?
Liberated Minded Media.
Yeah, Liberation Minded Media.
Sure, you're right. Sure, you're right.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
I think that was a
going out
bullshit
here.
ass thing.
Yeah.
I don't think she's good at any type of interviewing. Her team has let her down. What are we waiting on now? The vice president debates now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got my money on JD Vance making some stupid ass comment.
Oh, JD.
JD's gonna say something
You
stupid.
sound like a goddamn hillbilly for real.
JD Vance got his book and his book. Yeah, nasty individual. But let's talk about
Hashtag that motherfucker too. Shit, love to cuss out some of his goddamn supporters.
Cross-dresser, dude. There was somebody who was reading in his book that he was like, he's just laying there on his couch, goosing his shit on his couch, but nobody to goose with. Like, he just like dry humping the couch, I guess. Like, like how pets would do, I guess. But he wrote about the shit. Like, he wrote it in his own words. They're reading his own words. I was like, ugh. I would never go to your house.
We seen him dressed up like a woman.
Yeah, like
damn.
Dude, they have Waltz dancing to Beyonce in full, like a two-piece leather fit. Dancing to Beyonce's country music and shit. And I was like, what is this about?
Just like a
cowboy. Well, that country music is ours too. Why do you think they didn't give Beyonce no awards for country music awards? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, see, that's our music too, brother Che.
All of it is ours, and we're reclaiming right from you what is ours.
Yeah, that's it.
Respecting that.
Yeah, just like a mob boss, you know what I'm saying? I got the hashtags: Liberation Minded Media, Frontline Black News, Revolutionary Agenda, Liberated Minded Media. Wait a minute. Okay, I got Liberation Minded Media and Liberated Minded Media. Okay, so it's Liberation Minded Media, right, Jay?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. Okay, making a correction. It's City of Los Angeles, City of New York, City of Chicago. And where you at, Jay? You still down there in Texas, brother?
No, I'm back on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. All right, okay. All right, I know what city that is. Okay, so I'll put that in there too, Jay, keeping it under the QT. All right, let's see here.
We're going to Grand Rising tomorrow. You think you could join us? It's going to be at 8 a.m. Pacific.
I can't guarantee that one, bro.
All right, okay, but if
I can't. I mean, how long y'all gonna be going on? Because I don't always get up at that early.
Okay, but we start at 8, man. But we go all the way to about 9:30.
And SARS is on there, definitely. 2 hours.
Oh yeah. Jay, we need you to come down on Sarge's helmet, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that
He's
motherfucker,
lying. You know he's
man.
lying. She fucking love arguing with Sarge.
Because Sarge is
Arguing with
stupid.
Sarge.
And just like I keep telling Sarge, I really wish that the city of Las Vegas start bouncing a wrecking ball off that damn dump building down there because it's
He's a
vacant.
retired military pig from Crook County.
Yeah, Crook County. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You love arguing with him. I never said
Sarge is an ex. He's up there in Vegas.
No. What it is, Jay, Donald Trump has a building here called the Trump Tower, but it's vacant. You see what I'm saying? So what they need to do, man, is start giving them rooms out to homeless people, man, all across the nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say that's what the fuck he needs to do.
There's all kind of space they could be doing that with, but they're giving them the immigrants. That's the problem.
Exactly. And you got a whole lot of space out here in Nevada too, brother Che. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, brother Jay. Okay, you got a whole lot of vacant lots out here, man. You see these out of the country individuals, man, is up here building on them. And then of course too, Jay, I know you know that anytime the Raiders and the Broncos play, man, you know, me and brother Paris, man, we go back at it. Yeah, man, I'm talking about them ponies, man.
Enjoy your Super Bowl, Gators.
You know,
Don't get all year.
we could sell ships on dry land. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, this is some dry land out here. So what it is though, brother Jay, he's an avid dump supporter. He loves to argue, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say about Sarge though, Jay, is that he is a very, very well-read dude, you know, so I give him that. You know, well, then he says, well, we're all Americans. And I says, okay, like I told Bianchi, just like I told Sarge, Joe Gibson, you know, show me. And I'm still waiting. Show me.
Jason Black, Jay.
What happened?
Yeah, Jason Black is heavy. Yeah, I like to talk with Mr. Black. You know, Jason Black is heavy.
Yeah, he go in.
So this is going to be season 9, brother Che, episode 26 of season 9.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I put the preliminary data in there, brother. Feel free, you know, to add to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, because we got Grand Rising in the morning.
Yeah. This is the one for Grand Rising, and I'm sharing it up here on Facebook right now, man. You know. Huh?
Jesse decided to take a COVID test.
Stay away from them goddamn COVID tests. I'm telling you. So that stuff there, that shit there could be giving you the shit also. Well, I'm not going to talk about it.
It's on a C?
Yeah. Got it.
Hell no.
Hey man, what's the date tomorrow, man? Shit, I'm so fucked up. I don't even know what damn.
September 20th.
Yeah, sure you're right. Right. Okay. And this is 2024, right?
I don't think I'm making it for this.
Okay. And do you know, Che, I can't tag you no more, man. The dirty bastard.
Facebook been on that bullshit.
Yeah, they is, man. You know, they won't let us tag each other. You know what I'm saying?
What mean?
No good bastards, but you come up there with some gay shit, man, they'll let you run it all away. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm trying to figure out, man, if heterosexual people, man, could sue for heterosexual rights. You know?
Okay, Bradley, how the fuck does this happen? I just said I got COVID.
No, you ain't got no COVID, Lady Che. Lady Che,
I ain't been out the house
drinking
like
that damn citrus juice. I'm telling you, go up there, get that Simply Lime, get that Simply cranberry juice, and drink that shit like water, because that's what I'm doing.
So check it out. I don't know how this happens. Like, other side from me being viral prone. So he comes in the house. Like I barely hug him or anything. I think I hugged him once, and everything was all to the good. Stayed for like 2-3 days. Yeah. Well, day 1, I started getting sick. Like as soon as he came in the house, I got sick. Started feeling like my nose was runny, shit like that. Now we're on day. What day is it? 3? Day 3. Day 3, it was like full blown coffee. I mean, I slept for 2 days straight so far. Only reason I got up was just like I said, I've been running like a little fever and everything. Hot, cold, hot, cold. And but I was supposed to go to Jesse's later on this afternoon. Or later on this evening. And so we decided to do this test. And I did the test and they said it's both lit up. So he says it looks like I have it. But I'm like, I haven't been outside. And it's like so much that my brother's been like, maybe you should go outside. I haven't been outside. So Jesse brought it in. That's the only way. That's the only way it could happen.
I got it from my disgusting.
Okay, but what it is though, sis, like I told
Jesse's
you,
so healthy, dude. He probably didn't even notice it.
Yeah, I got COVID twice. That shit ain't nothing to me.
I
got a very strong immune system.
And me, I'm like the weakest immune system. Like as soon as you must have just blown in with them.
I'm sorry, C19.
yeah. And what it is, it's genocide. They're going after us first. You know what I'm saying? This is why they keep having all these brain dead motherfuckers keep coming up there. Oh, we are the same, Shabak and all that. But so far, ain't nobody took me up on my challenge. Yeah, ain't nobody took me up on my challenge of bringing their asses out here to this goddamn desert, and it's only 84 degrees today. That'd be a safe day for them.
Do another one? Do another one? Let's do another one. Fuck it. We do another one real quick. Let's do another one. That way we can.
All right, brother Che, it's up there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Jay, we can get up off the thing.
Share it out.
Jay, I'm gonna get off the panel. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for pulling up.
Y'all like my work?
Yeah, you did a good job on that. Yeah, I'm proud of y'all for that, man.
Yeah. Hey, lady, J, draw me up on this well too.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, Shabucket. See you later.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do an RBA, but I don't think I have the wind space to do it.
You could do an RBA though.
I could, but I'm really, really sick. So we'll see. All right.
I appreciate you, Jay.
All right, get better.
I appreciate you, Jay, man. It's always a pleasure, as you know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so brother Che, the show is up there, man. You know, so you can go in there and do your thing, man. Work your voodoo and your magic. You know what I'm saying? And what have you? Because what's happening with me, Jay? You know, I'm officially a senior citizen now, brother. Woo, man! I wish I was 10 years younger. You know what I'm saying?
I know the feeling.
Yeah, man, I'm all fucked up. You know what I mean? You know, and so.
Well, maybe we be also lucky to get to that age too, man. It's a blessing.
Oh yeah, because it is a lot of them that didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it just breaks my heart, man, when I'm seeing guys 25, 30 years old, man, you know, getting put under, man, behind bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not disrespecting nobody's crew. I'm not disrespecting nobody's set, but brothers all across the nation, man, unify, because these motherfuckers are out to kill us. You see what I'm saying? They out to kill us. And, you know, and Diddy is a multi-billionaire, the one with the B, and you saw how they brought him down. You see what I'm saying? You know, because Diddy gonna get up there and say, oh man, I'm the freest nigga out here. Not now walking that concrete New York State, you ain't. Yeah, you know, and nothing against Mr. Combs. Yeah, nothing against Mr. Combs. I appreciate his success. I appreciate him being a mover and shaker out there in Hollywood. But if you all make it out there big, man, you know, make the power shift, man. So we can have positive images of ourselves and of our youth. You see what I mean? It's because I'm sure, brother Dizzle, that you saw that battle rap video, man. They was making about 3-4 months ago. So white boy comes up there and says, well, you all say nigga, I'm gonna use it too. And that young brother unleashed that right hand between the first N and that first G, man. Yeah, he rocked his dome. You know what I'm saying? So this is like why I'm pretty much, man, the older I'm getting, man, is that this all-inclusive shit is a counterman to our progress. And if anybody's out there in earshot and don't dig it, Call in tomorrow at 516-418-5996, if I may say that there on your platform, Mr. Dizzle.
Yeah, of course, no question.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And then we try to have constructive conversations about it. But all this business, well, you know, we're all the same. We all bleed red. No, 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 no. When you OTBs come to us with that attitude, that tells me two things. One is the black experience ain't yours, and I don't care how many buck winches and bed winches that you've laid. Okay. Two is you don't know what it's like to simply get stopped over for the color of your skin, and then they want to give you the business just because of who you are. You see what I mean? And then you black ass politicians out there, Eric Adams, sack of shit Karen Bass, London Bridge up there in Boys Town. Y'all don't worry about the black community. Y'all, oh no, I'm above you niggas and all this old type of shit. Yeah, but fuck up like Diddy did and watch how quick they remind your black ass of who and what you are. You see what I'm saying? You know? And then Diddy, as you know, Jay, I know you saw the video where he was there in the hotel room, man, with the towel wrapped around him, beating the girl up there on the elevator and stuff like that. And she was trying to leave and he prevented her from leaving, man. So that's kidnapping. You see what I'm saying? And that's in California. You see, so you know, man, California, man, is going to give him the business too, man. You know what I'm saying? After New York finished with him. Rather if Diddy is 52, rather if Diddy is 62, rather if Diddy is 102. You see what I mean? You know?
Yep.
So this is what happens that when we try to do for ourselves and we start acquiring wealth and what have you, you know, they want to start compromising, you know, the ones that did it. I mean, that are successful. You know, like look at all the material that Hollywood stole from black folks, man, like Oscar Mature, brother Jay, in Hollywood. You know what I mean? And the only time that they wanted to show it, man, was that Amos and Andy Rochester Yassa Boston bullshit. Then when you look at that movie called The Imitation of Life, you know what I'm saying? And if that movie don't make you cry, man, you ain't human. But you see, but there's a difference between sadness and anger, and it will piss you off. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that Hollywood wants to project. But from what I understand, though, too, Mr. Dizzle, that they're supposed to be in pre-production or trying to put together a film, man, about Mansa Musa. You know, the king of the Songhai Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I like to check it out, man. You know what I mean? And
then it's already out?
No, sir. They're in pre-production, so it'll probably be out in about a year, man. And if they're gonna make an elaborate film like they did with Black Panther, man, it'll take them about 2 or 3 years to do it. So I appreciate that brother Ryan Coogler when he did
is he directing it?
I don't know. But Ryan Coogler, man, you know, he was an independent filmmaker, man, that made the independent film called Fruitvale Station, where they killed Oscar Grant. Right. And then he got the job from Disney to direct the first 2 Black Panthers. And then, of course, and I'm just saying, man, you know, I'm quite sure they're going to make a Black Panther 3. Is because if you've been keeping up with the series, is because when they had the Latinos, man, come at Neuro saying, oh, well, we want to take over Wakanda. We want to get the vibranium from Wakanda. And the last part of the film, because since Chadwick Boseman died, Siri, she became the queen of Wakanda. You know, the sister who was making all the gadgets and the suit form and stuff like that. And at the end of the movie, she's fighting Nemo, and she's got him up there on the beach in the Caribbean. And she does him in, and she puts some work in, you know what I'm saying? She does him in. And then he was saying, please get me to the water. Please get me to the water. And I appreciated that they did have the presence of mind where Siri let that son of a bitch sit out there and fry in that sun. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't know, but I'm quite sure with the money they're making off of it, Mr. Dizzle, is that they definitely going to make a Black Panther 3. Very, very well-made production, man. And I really dug the Duomalage, you know, where, what's the sister's name? The one that Harvey Weinstein violated, the sister from Nigeria, Nyota, I believe is her name. Wait a minute.
Um,
yeah. Lupita.
Lupita
Yeah, yeah.
Nyong'o.
Yeah. She was General Okoye, you know, where she can control the Dua Mujale, which is the Imperial Guard of the throne. And then, as you know, when Michael B. Jordan became, you know, the king, and she told her crew, she says, well, we don't dig Killmonger, but our job is to protect the throne, and this is what we protected. So then what had happened was, man, King T'Challa was not dead when he got thrown off the cliff. And so King T'Challa had came back, and they said, yeah, they got to finish the fight, you know. And so then King T'Challa got the best of them. And Michael B. Long said something, man, that was very, very unique, man, that I was glad to hear. He says, no, man, give me the death penalty. He says, no, man, you still my brother. He says, no. Just look at what black folks did in America, man, when they was taking off the slave ships and they backed themselves up in the water, okay, because they much rather be dead than be a slave. So this is the same thing, you know, that I want, you know. So, you know, so I'm sure he took him out. And then two, when Siri, you know, got the power of the Panther, where she had to drink the water, and she went off into the ancestral realm, and she spoke with Killmonger, and he had told her, "No, I did this. You know what I'm saying, little sis. You know what I'm saying. But you're the ruler of Wakanda now. You know what I'm saying, because you know they killed off Angela Bassett's part as the Queen Mother. You know what I mean." And what have you, is because she goes to Washington, D.C. to meet with them crooks, and they poisoned her, you know. And Angela Bassett, oh man, she's one of my favorite actresses, because you never seen Angela Bassett do no slutty roles. You never seen Angela Bassett do no shit like Halle Berry does with that monstrous ball type of shit. You know what I mean? So I always appreciated the sister and her work that she does, of always trying to keep a positive image. So hopefully,
Indeed.
man, so hopefully, like the rest of them down there in LA, man, with that juice, man, hopefully they could bring all that juice together into a fist, man. You know what? You know, you ain't gonna show us with this jigaboo shit no more. You're not gonna show us with this bullshit like Coming to America, where they were mocking the African traditions. You see what I'm saying about the law of ascension and what have you, like Zamunda and all that old type of stuff. And they going over there to New York and mocking African culture and the black culture as a whole and things of this nature right there. And then I did see Coming to America 2, where Eddie Murphy is the king of Zamunda now. You know what I'm saying? So he went to go find his son or what have you, and he finally got him back over there. And then, of course, too, Jay, as you know, James Earl Jones had transitioned recently, just like Tito Jackson and what have you. And everybody's talking about, oh, I love James Earl Jones in The Lion King. I loved him when he was the voice of Mufasa. I dug James Earl Jones in The Great White Hope, because you know what The Great White Hope was about, don't you?
Had to be what Lucky or who's that boxer? Rocky Marciano or something?
No, man, fuck Rocky Marciano, and I'll get to that in a minute. He portrayed Jack Johnson, who was the first black heavyweight champion, right? So, but the thing is about Jack Johnson, he was screwing white women, and they got tired of him when he beat up the Great White Hope July 4th, 1910 in Reno. And I did visit the historical landmark of where the fight happened at. So what it was is that they hit him something called the Mann Act, you know, like what they're trying to hit Diddy on, is that you took this woman across state lines for immoral purposes, meaning fucking her. You see what I'm saying? And they told Jack Johnson, they said, the only way we'll let you back into the United States is that you got to come back as the former heavyweight champion of the world. And he lost the heavyweight crown in Havana, Cuba, to a dude named Jess Willard. You see what I mean? Now, one thing about Donald Duck, I will say, is that when he was the president, he signed a posthumous pardon for Jack Johnson for violating the Mann Act. And Donald Duck said that you have to give him credit for. He says, well, you would think that the previous administration would have done this, you know, speaking in regard to Obama. So Obama he goes over there to Kenya, his ancestral land. You know that, Jay. I think you and I had talked about that. Okay, well, he goes over there to Nairobi, and the president of Kenya says, well, Mr. Obama, you know, this is your ancestral land. Welcome. You the president of the United States, and we're happy to have you. What's the first goddamn thing, man, the motherfucker starts talking about, Jay? Some damn gay rights. And the president of Kenya told him, he said, hey, man, check this out. We don't do that here, is because we place emphasis on the procreation of life, and that only happens between a union of man and woman. So we're going to have to ask you to leave, okay? So Obama's on his way to Ethiopia. So he's on Air Force One. The head of state of Ethiopia called him and said, hey, Mr. President, we heard about your escapade over there in Kenya, man. Don't even bother landing here with that shit. And hung up the phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame them, man. I don't blame them. See, that there is Eurocentric shit. Now, keep in mind, I do know we got a lot of our people, man, with that lifestyle. They have their human rights. They have their civil rights. But don't no man have a right to come up to me shoving ketchup up his ass telling me that he's a woman and he's having a menstrual cycle. Man, get your confused ass the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then your girl, Kamala, your current vice president, guess what she did there in California? They passed legislation there, Mr. Dizzle, in the city of San Francisco, right? If you call them dudes like fags or something like that, man, they locking you up for a hate crime, brother. A hate crime.
Wow.
Yes, say. Yeah, and then I get on the bus in Sacramento one day, man, and the dude, man, is driving a bus, is wearing lipstick and got a 5 o'clock shadow through his makeup and got on woman's nail polish. I said, excuse me, sir, can you tell me how to get to the state capitol? So he told me, he says, I'm a lady. I said, okay, all right, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't even going to engage him in no conversation. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, if anything, man, I feel sorry for them dudes. But as you know, Jay, a lot of them dudes have been violated when they were teenagers and children and stuff like that. So they really, really got some issues. You know what I mean? They have their human rights, they have their civil rights, but ain't no man got the right coming up to me talking about that he is a woman. Take that shit to Europe. You see what I'm saying? Is because I've debated with people, man, on the podcast here on StreamYard. Oh, well, man, you know, homosexuality, man, that's everywhere. Not on the continent of Africa, man, because the culture there is just, no, man, we place emphasis on procreation only happens between a man and a woman. So old crazy Sarge, man, he's going to sit up there and tell me about Alexander the Great. I said, Sarge, let me tell you something about Alexander the Great. Yep. R.I.P. to Tito Jackson. Yes, sir. You know. And so then, and he's going to say to me, well, you know, that culture's all over the world. And I try to tell him, I says, man, not on the continent of Africa. It ain't, man. Is you crazy? And Mansa Musa, what he did, man, when his generals was telling him, that, well, hey, King, you know, we need you out here in the field, man, because, you know, we got invaders coming. So Mansa Musa went and told the queen of the Songhai Empire, baby, you know, pack it up. And she says, well, I'm the queen of the Songhai Empire. What the fuck I got to pack it up for? Because you coming with me. And she says, well, that's your business. You the general, the king. You supposed to handle that. Mansa Musa says, honey, I'd much rather die with you at my side in the field as opposed to leaving you here and this place gets overrated, gets overwhelmed, and then you are violated. You say, they don't like knowledge like this. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, Jay, you know, that's why I got my row of haters and stuff like that. And then don't get me wrong, we get some men who are not black that appreciate what we do. You know what I'm saying? Which is all good, you know what I mean? And what have you, because, you know, just because we're Afrocentric, man, that don't mean we hate everybody. We just love the culture of where we come from, which is the original culture. You see what I'm saying? And then, like when I argue with Sarge, I says, well, man, we don't deal with the rape and slave trade and pedophiles. You see what I mean? Because Sarge wants to argue back and forth with me with Muhammad Ali and Rocky Marciano. And me personally, I think Ali would have kicked the shit out of him. Because when Ali, oh, yes, sir. Now, Marciano was bad, you know, but he fought a lot of guys after their prime, man. That's how he retired, quote unquote, undefeated, right? But I honestly believe if Ali, and let's say Ali would have been 27, he would have got himself in super, super, super top-notch shape going up against this dude, man, because see, the driving force behind Ali, man, and his fights was his black pride. You see what I mean? And there's a clip, yeah, and I'm sure you saw that clip with him with David Frost in 1974 when he was at Deer Lake prepping for the Rumble in the Jungle, and he told David Frost, he says, hey, man, I know you want us to have our own grocery stores. Yeah, I know you want us to have our own businesses and stuff like that. And David Frost is trying to talk about, well, equality for all and all that. And Ali said, no, fuck that. You see what I'm saying? How is it going to be equal if we're going to you for everything for our natural resources and to sustain ourselves? How are we equal to y'all when we're going to your miseducational institutions and shit like that? You see what I mean? You know. And man,
yeah, check it out,
David,
bro. We're gonna cut this down, man. We're gonna shut it down.
Okay, all right, bro, Jay, and please get with us, man. The link is up there, man, for tomorrow morning, brother. If you could join us, we'll be more than happy to have you. And definitely, man, allow me to come on your platform.
Absolutely, brother.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Have a great day, brother Jay. All right. Take care. Always.